Oh, here we are.
All right, there we go. Okay, I was not on the ball with that. This is Gaming with a Side of Salt, episode. Wait, what are we on? 27, because I never remember the number. And today we have that guy down there, that chick over there, and right there, our special guest, who I'm pointing in all the wrong directions for.
Yeah.
We have Chris from the Chrillcast.
Oh, I thought I was that chick.
Apparently, I must be the roof or something. I don't know what he was pointing at there.
I'm backwards all the time when I'm doing that. Oh, but the salt mines are full. They are so full that there is no way we can cover everything. We were gone last week because if you weren't paying attention to Twitter, which you should go check out, links for everybody is down in the descriptions down below, but I had a power outage. I didn't get power back until like later that night, so couldn't stream.
Little does Zio know it's X.com now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not Twix anymore. It's X.com.
I call it Twix because people still think of Twitter. So
I'm calling it like three things at this point. Because of Dara, I call it Twix. I still call it Twitter, and then occasionally I call it X. So, you know.
Well, Dara calls it Twitter X. Just to make sure he gets all of the syllables in there.
He does.
That's right. I do count syllables like that. So. That is my thing.
All those syllables.
All the syllables. Yes.
Oh, but yeah, we have a lot of stuff to go through. So some of the stuff we may rapid fire through, some of it we may linger on, all that good stuff. Chad, do you have anything to add before we get into this?
I got a laser pointer.
Alrighty, laser pointer for the win. So, this is like over a month old at this point, but apparently the YouTube CEO, Susan Wojcicki, has died of cancer.
Well, she's not the CEO anymore.
Well, yeah, okay. Former CEO
There you go.
of YouTube
Rest in peace.
has died. And nothing has really changed on the platform. I don't really have anything else to say about this.
The community notes have gotten stronger. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
on YouTube?
It's bad. Anyway, yeah, they got worse.
Oh gosh, yeah, I heard
and they're going to get worse.
Has gotten worse for the platform, but I honestly haven't been paying attention to what YouTube is doing, so I don't know.
Well, I mean,
she has over there.
She was already retired, or at least retired from YouTube when she passed. Though she'd been retired for like a year or two, right?
She was still on the board, I think. I'm pretty sure she was still on the board, but she had stepped away from CEO duties due to health reasons. Well, now we know what those health reasons were, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, so that's the thing that happened. Condolences, rest in peace, all that stuff. I don't really have anything else.
No, it was just a little blip.
Little blip. But I thought this was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So, Total Biscuit. I don't know if anybody remembers who that is or not. Total Biscuit, John Bain. He's the reason that a lot of us started doing things like this. He forged a path forward. He's inspired a lot of people. Space Marines 2 is in alpha or something right now. People have gone through the 7 missions or whatnot. They've hit the credits, and there is a thing at the end for TB. And I just think that is so cool.
And he also passed away from cancer years back.
Yes, It was right before the elections of Trump and Hillary, I think. And he did.
That sounds about right.
His battle with cancer. But yeah.
And
I just thought this was really cool. It was a great way because he was very influential.
Who's the streamer? Who's the streamer in this?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I guess it's this IT or JP because it's from his picture. Because I happen to have saw Gina post a thing saying they did a tribute to John, and I was like, "Oh, really? What's the tribute?" And then people started linking me this stuff here, so because I didn't know what they had actually done, but I thought it was really cool. I miss TB.
Actually, he was kind of out of the realm, so kind of why I got nothing because I actually didn't. I wasn't there when Total Biscuit was. If that makes any sense?
Yeah, he was. You were not the original Gamergate.
You were not part of the interwebs,
so
Well, I'm sure I was, but I wasn't really in that sphere.
You weren't paying attention to the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like wasn't Game Grumps like one of the most popular channels back in the day when he was?
Yeah,
At his top of
it
his
was going to
game.
be him and like Jesse Cox and them, and I think they had a podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, maybe I
That-
was around then.
May or may not still happen. I don't know. It just hasn't been the same without John, so I kind of stopped watching.
Doesn't his wife host it now?
Yeah, I believe so.
I know she really believed in what he was doing, so she's kind of kept it alive.
Yeah, which is good for her. That's great. I just thought this was really nice, and I wanted to shout it out there and say that was cool
Mm-hmm.
because there was a lot of people who did not like John and danced on his grave the second he passed, especially in the game journalists. So just so you know, if you don't hate games journalists enough, trust me, you can never hate them enough at this point.
Listen, if we didn't have games journalists, the quartering wouldn't have had content for like 5 years.
That is true.
I mean,
if we didn't have
then
games
again, he
journalists, the
milked-
quartering wouldn't be the quartering. So
he milked what, a year out Alpha Amber Heard?
He did, but he started out like dishing it out on Kotaku and the Gamergate stuff. So like without gaming journalism, there would have been no meteoric rise of Jeremy Hambley.
Yeah, well,
Which shout out to that guy. He actually went on my podcast years back.
Really?
yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
pretty
fun.
cool. I was quite jelly that they had the quartering and not me.
I keep in touch with him still, actually. Not like seriously, but
I mean, I know Chad doesn't like him at all. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything ill will to say about him.
he's a nice enough guy.
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'm sure personally, I just have my own little hiccup with him.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
And
Yeah.
I didn't like hate the guy or nothing. It's just, I think he's a little surface level.
So
You mean like
Borderlands
grifty
movie.
or what?
No.
I think he's saying that he's basic when it comes to his political,
Well,
especially when it
it's
comes
not-
to his
it's
it's
political.
not
more
that.
around.
Yeah.
He was saying one. It was like he was talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Interesting.
Sometimes,
I'd have to see what the context was to see what I.
But
what
I can
think.
just tell you real quick. Basically, when he was doing the salt tism with Bering and Dankula, I was there under the moniker Broken Console Studio, and I asked him what he thought about. It wasn't Rumble at the time; it was a different platform. It was I believe it was
BitChute?
Odyssey.
Oh, Odyssey. Okay.
Or no, BitChute. It was BitChute.
Oh gosh, I
And
forgot
he
about
said
that
he
shit.
didn't see a future in alt tech platforms. And this was some years back. And then, like a year or two later, all of a sudden, he's like, "I'm on Rumble," and I'm like, "Huh, interesting."
You do know he was posting his stuff to all those alt tech platforms, regardless, though, right?
Yeah.
No, this was before even that.
So
Really? Okay.
he must have
This
seen
was a
something.
long time ago when I asked him this.
Yeah, I'm sure that he must have seen something changing in the wind, especially
yeah.
on YouTube when they got crazy, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I need to revisit that. I don't think he made like a.
But
He
How many
probably
years
didn't do a
back are
pub-
we talking?
Yeah, because I remember like when I first started going on Odyssey,
It's
he
probably
was
around the time
he
that
was
we were
there.
talking about alt tech because we had like Fruit Labs and everything at the
this
time.
was before I met Zio.
Oh, okay, so BitChute, Fruit Labs.
Well,
whatever
you and
that
I,
other one
Zio, I
was.
think you and I were together with Nathan Sifu back in the day talking alt tech, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
So at the time we were talking about that, Jeremy was already on the alt tech, so it had to be before that.
Yeah, it would have been before that.
Yeah, this was before 2016. I think it was maybe 2010.
They were talking like 14 years ago.
Oh, geez, that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
he's clearly changed his mind. So
in 2010, I didn't think
that's
there
the
was a
thing is,
future in alt tech.
I'm sure he changed his mind, but the way he didn't like, I wasn't a fan of the way he just kind of quietly did it and wasn't like, yeah, you know what, my mind changed on this. He acted like he was always on board with alt tech, and that's what just kind of raised my suspicion. Like, Anyway, it's neither here nor
Johnny
there.
List.
And again, I don't hate the guy. I just don't think he's as sincere when it comes to certain things as he pretends to be.
I think YouTube in 2010 was very unfriendly to startups because there was a few startups back in 2010, and to openly talk about them, even if you talked about Twitch back when Twitch was like brand new, if you openly talked about Twitch on YouTube, your channel immediately got algorithm killed.
Oh yeah.
So there's a small chance that was why he was saying that, but there's also the opportunity that at the time YouTube was monetizing creators and nobody else was.
Yeah.
Well, this was.
Well, I think the
this was-
MCMs first started monetizing people beforehand, and
Yeah, but he
those
wasn't
grew
an
out of
MCM.
hand real quick. So
Well, he had a channel. He talked about this on our podcast. I feel free to talk about this. He had a channel called like How to IT or something along those lines, or How to Tech. It was basically a DIY fix your own computers, and he sold it to some company, and that was like his most successful channel at the time. So like, this was early YouTube. But anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I've talked about Jeremy and talked to Jeremy.
good.
like that's fine. We are
like-
really good at getting off topic and going on tangents for like 30 minutes. So
That is the thing. That's how we roll.
that's why I was like blasting through some of these real quick because I know it's going to happen. So here's another one we can blast through real quick. Borderlands movie, Veld. It's bad. Nobody liked it.
Did anybody in this see it?
No.
No.
I wasn't even aware it was happening. So, there's that.
So they made a Borderlands movie. All the actors are like 30 years way too late, and it was just a travesty. Which really sucks because if anything, I wanted to see a claptrap. But yeah.
Why are they all wearing like World War II-esque hats?
I don't know.
They're not even
Because
World War
that's
II.
the
That's like
aesthetic they went
Revolutionary
for.
War hats. Like, what is going on here?
It's bad, dude. Like,
Oh no, it is World War II hats. Never mind. The one in the top there, I thought it was like the George Washington hat, and I realized it's not now.
Yeah, I mean, Kate Blanchett is starring, and she looks too old for this. Even though she's clearly been plasticed over, she just like there's something, and it's like, why is this 50-year-old woman who looks 30 and it's disconcerting trying to do all of these things? Like this doesn't seem like the role for you.
I think they went with the idea because back in the day, it was not uncommon for them to have like a 20-some-year-old playing a 16-year-old in a movie. And
Yeah, but there's
because everybody looked younger. The problem is we've gotten to an age now that when you're trying to do that, it doesn't really work anymore.
Well, there's a huge difference between 20 to 16 and 50 to 30 something. She
Yeah.
looks very, very, she looks old but smooth at the same time, and it creeps me out. But I mean, and it's like no shade on her because she actually still looks good, but like you can tell she's not 30 and she's playing someone who's clearly young. So what I understand from everybody who actually like knows the lore of these games, though, they're saying that everybody was basically terribly miscast in this, except Jamie Lee Curtis was as well, but it's like she's at least the only one who knew the character and understood the assignment.
She's supposed to be the siren. Is that what happened?
Was this supposed to be based on one of the game's plot
Yes.
lines or like an external thing?
No, it's based on the games. Her character was Lilith,
just like loosely based on the game. The problem is they're bringing in characters together who should not have met yet.
Yeah, but all
to
of these
throw them
characters
into this
exist in game.
adventure
Yes.
Thing. So
Well, they already had the best plot line for a movie in the Borderlands games, which was the Telltale one.
yeah,
That would have
which
made
is
a great
what they
movie.
tried to bring in and combined it
it
with the
really
other
got a zero,
stuff.
did it?
Do what?
Wow.
Wow, somebody finally achieved it. Congrats.
0%? Is that what we're congratulating?
Yeah, I mean that's an
Yeah.
achievement.
You got to kind of try for that.
Well, this is just the critics, though. This isn't the actual.
It
I
was going
think
to
it's
actual
negative.
people.
changed since then.
Well, you
But,
know, isn't there usually an inverse standing? Like if it gets really low scores from the critics, you expect the audience to give it like a super good score.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
usually
in
how
this
it
case,
goes.
zero was the good score.
Well,
This is where it's currently standing at.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
It's at a 10%, 53%.
Well, that's
for the,
pretty
for the
inverted.
people.
That's not terrible.
So it's still inverted like
well,
normal,
it's still
but
Bad.
to the Borderlands fans, it was apparently not a good movie. To normies, it was an okay movie.
This
to the
sounds like it's
critics, they
worse.
absolutely hated it. So
It sounds like worse than the Halo show. So that's saying something.
but it was
The
a
Halo show
100
had
million
hope.
flop. So
In the title, it had no hope in the actual execution.
No, I'm saying it had a chance. This did not. Like, there was no chance for this to be good.
Halo had a chance if they actually, cared about Halo while making it.
The only people I have ever talked to who said the Halo show is good are people who never played the games.
Yeah, pretty much. Or
Like,
shit.
that's it.
Okay, so here's a question: can an adaptation actually be good without adhering strictly to the source material? Like, can it be good by itself?
Yeah, Sonic did.
Okay.
Oh, the Sonic movie, sure.
The Sonic movie is a standalone series because pretty much after like the third game, they're kind of their own thing. They're always different games. So then you have like
So we're talking
the
about
or the Adventure
strictly
series.
game
And
to
then
movie.
the other Sonics are their own things, but they all still kind of come. They have things that connect them.
Mhm.
But yeah, the Sonic movie did it.
Yeah.
Are we
well,
talking strictly game to movie though?
any
Is that what we're
source
talking about
material,
here?
honestly. So like there can be something that Chad, I think I'm hearing myself. It's a little bit of an echo.
I think it's Chad.
Yeah.
It usually is.
Hang on.
Is it because his headphones aren't plugged in and the speakers are echoing through his mic?
Yeah, he doesn't use the headphones anymore because of the migraines and stuff that it gives him.
Yeah. So
So he's got medical reasons for it now.
Okay.
We just have to
I was
work with
just
it.
muted and you guys are still echoing. Not me. Bite me.
Oh, okay.
Well, Zio, it's only not echoing for you. Something you're doing is caught. Oh, I bet it's your screen sharing. I bet your screen sharing has the sound on.
Oh, wait, do I have a sound on somewhere?
You must.
Huh.
So wherever you got StreamYard in one of these tabs is echoing.
I don't
I'm
know
afraid
what's
to talk.
echoing because I don't have sound up
no,
for
just
anything.
stop. No. Still there.
No, it's sound. It's got to be sound through StreamYard Studio somewhere. Somebody's got sound on through StreamYard Studio.
Well, I do. Because I've got my tab. If it has sound, it's going to sound.
Right. So what I'm saying is, you had
Okay.
a StreamYard
How about
in one of
now?
your tabs. It's good.
Yeah.
now.
Is it still
good now.
echoing?
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
all
well,
done.
I just muted the screen, so
That's
Okay.
what it was.
is it
So
still
it was
going?
not Chad. I don't
They're
hear it
all
at all.
blaming me.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, usually it's Chad, so
I mean that's the tradition. Like that's what we do. We blame
yeah,
Chad.
we just blame Chad for everything.
Yeah,
Listen, guys, you got to stop blaming the Chads. The Chads are cool.
What about the chuds though? I've heard things about them chuds.
Well, apparently
Um,
we're Chuds now, so
You can't
according
blame the
to
Chuds.
people
either,
on the Twitter
okay?
X.
The Chuds are the guys that come to fix your computers. You can't be mean to them. No, I'm just kidding.
By the way, if I like run off, it's because there's like a centipede or something in here that's about to get murdered.
A centipede?
Or a tigrate, a silverfish, whatever.
Well, let the cat take care of it.
It's a millipede. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, those are poisonous to cats.
I know.
Too, so
Well,
I'd rather not.
They're poisonous.
Oh,
to a
my
lot
cat
of
takes
things.
care of them all the time and then just leaves them there. So,
Well,
I find the dead carcass later.
Ugh.
Anyway, what were we doing?
We were asking a question about if something doesn't adhere necessarily to the source material. Like let's take the first
right.
X-Men movie. The first
Oh.
X-Men movie I think is actually a good movie by itself, but if you actually compare it to the lore, you're going to be a little bit pissed off. But
Yeah.
I think that by itself, it's a good movie. Like I watched it and I was like, this is actually a decent movie. I hate what they've done to Rogue, but this is actually a decent movie. I was able to take my parents to it who know nothing about about any comic book lore, any animated lore, no X-Men, nothing. We're like, I'm gonna go see the X-Men, literal actual quote. And they both liked it. So yeah, I mean, is that like a thing in your world? Can there be something that even
Jurassic
deviates?
Park.
Okay.
That completely deviates from the book. The doctor with the white hair is supposed to be dead, and he makes it through to the end. Like
Mhm.
there's some
Oh.
massive changes. The
I didn't know
characters
there
are
was
way
a
more
book.
likable.
yeah.
Shit, there's a book.
See, there's
Michael
always a
Crichton,
book.
the guy that wrote ER, all of the ER show, he did Jurassic Park.
Huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Very
learn
cool.
something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
He
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
like hundreds of books, it seems like, in the short span of his life, because he died young from cancer as well. So we got a cancer theme tonight, guys.
Apparently, everybody dying of cancer. We got to stop that.
Right. But yeah, Jurassic Park does not adhere to the source material, but it's a great movie.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but you got to dance that line, and that's a hard dance to dance.
Yeah, you have to. I think
There's
it's
certain-
just something that
go
you
ahead.
have to overcome.
Yeah.
The changes have to be changes that work better for the plot of a movie, and in a lot of cases, no matter what you do, people who know the source material will notice and be angry about it. Like, for
Yeah.
example, a lot of people like the new Dune movies.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
hate
gosh.
the second Dune
Why?
movie so much because they screwed up the main female
No, I mean,
character.
why do they like
royally.
them?
Oh, I don't know. Did you
because
read Dune?
because it's a slow burn. We haven't had a lot of good sci-fi recently. It feels
That's
epic. It
awesome.
feels like something's happening. The characters are not 2D and
Well,
flat.
I mean, when your pick is Dune or the new Star Wars.
Yeah,
I mean-
exactly. So that's the thing. If
Oh,
you
boy,
starve
there's-
someone long enough,
there's
a
not a high
bologna
bar
sandwich is
there.
great.
I think
Yeah.
Firefly.
Yeah,
Well, I
Firefly
mean, but
was
the
good.
thing is, when did Serenity come out? That was what, easily 10, 15 years ago. That was a
And
while.
still better than
Serenity.
most stuff that's out.
That's true. But for a thematic experience, I think that people have been starved of good
2005.
things. Huh?
2005.
I'm sorry, my bad. 19 years. So
Right after I got kicked out of college.
if you starve people enough, a bologna sandwich suddenly becomes gourmet. So I think that's
That
kind
is
of
true.
what you might see with the Dune thing. I mean, it was technically done quite well.
I
I
mean-
was interested in finding out where it went, and then I saw the trailers for part 2, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it with the potential.
I mean, we have
The
Yeah,
what
number-
could be
number two,
unburdened by.
Sci-fi.
Number 2 had the plot from the books
Yeah.
fall completely apart. It just
Yeah.
fell flat for me.
Yeah, I didn't see it going any place that I would be interested in seeing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it like, hey, they're interesting people stuck in the desert. We'll see.
You know what the best rendition of Dune is? It's the mini series that premiered on Sci-Fi back in 2000 and 2001.
I saw
Really?
that.
They adhered right to the book almost identically. They included scenes that nobody else has felt adventurous enough to include.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure how Sci-Fi got away with nudity, but they did. So there's that in there too, I guess.
Congratulations to them.
I watched the YouTube version, which was censored, and I was like, wait, what? This is in here?
Very cool. So
Well,
what
I
I'm
was-
hearing
I
is
was
that
happy
you're
it
a
was
huge
censored
fan of Rings of
personally.
Power then.
I have never watched it.
I know.
Well, let me rephrase that. By never watched it, I mean I clicked the first episode like last year sometime because Amazon has it for free and it puts it in your face constantly. So I clicked it.
It does.
I got
I-
through 10 minutes and I turned it off.
I pulled up Amazon, my Amazon last night so we could find something to watch while we were eating.
Hmm.
And it said
And
the
you
number
regretted
one
that?
watch show was Rings of Power, and I laughed and was like, "There's no way."
Because
Well-
they have the biggest platform on the internet.
There's
Put it in
no
front
way
of
that is the
everybody's
number
faces.
one, considering how much you guys were complaining about the bad numbers recently.
Yeah, they like to have their cake and eat it too in that, we're so oppressed, but also we're the best. But the funny thing is though, it always depends on the asterisk at the end. Number one watched, and I'm like, yeah, on Tuesdays when
In Omaha.
on this
In Omaha.
platform
I don't know.
that
Why
happens to
Omaha?
be a fantasy show.
Why not? Why not?
The
In
asterisk is
Omaha.
always important because there's always, it's not the number one watch show of all time. It's just not. So, there's some asterisk there that they're using to kind of get away with that.
Go watch
Oh,
Battlestar
speaking of-
Galactica.
Speaking of movies,
Speaking of movies, because I meant to put this after that particular one on purpose, and I apparently missed it. Minecraft has a movie, and I don't know how to feel about this. My kids
I have
are not
feelings.
excited about this, and they love Minecraft, and I'm just like, oh, what? What?
wait, you said your kid is not excited?
My kid is not excited for it.
I respect your kid so hard right now. Like that's
Which
that's,
I mean, I get it, but so we're gonna play this real
Yeah,
quick. So
please
let me
play it, just-
unmute it,
yeah, just do it.
and you guys echo, I guess, for a second.
I'll shut up.
My kids are not gamers, believe it or not.
Right this way.
Is that Jason Momoa?
Yes.
Jack Black and Jason Momoa are the big stars in this one, to tell it.
Anything you can dream about.
I can't do this.
Who are you?
I am Steve.
You're Jack. Ass. Just kidding.
Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
Jack Black is a tool bag?
He's a whole Home Depot.
He's a Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Okay, Zero. Can you mute your screen again?
Yep.
No, he can't.
Nuh-uh.
Oh.
So this article right here. So I actually read this article, and I agree with what it's saying. It's the
Well, I mean,
sorry.
they already started with the sorry. It's not for you.
Oh no, this is meant to be clickbaity and piss you off.
Clickbait is all getting out.
It irritates me when I see it. Sorry, this isn't for you. That passive aggressive tone is so irritating. I actually want to physically punch this person.
Well,
I'm
every
small
time they
and I
say
can't.
it fails. So,
Well, the thing is that he's saying it that way to be clickbaity and to be
Oh, yeah.
trollish and everything. But the point that he's making is that it's not meant for adults. It's not meant for the person who would actually read a freaking Kotaku article. It's for children. It's for 9, 10-year-olds or something. But I don't disagree. This does look like something meant for children. It reminds me very much of the Spy Kids genre, where you have this really cheesy sort of thing. Except
Don't compare it to Spy Kids. Spy Kids is good.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. I unironically watch children's media because I am that person.
I'm kind of like slightly interested in Spy Kids, but I also have kids who have watched Spy Kids, so
So what I'm saying in that is that
I've been
it's
Stockholm syndromed into it.
it's very, very cheesy, and you are not the target demographic. And it's like if you watch it with your whole brain, you're gonna die a little bit. But the thing is that my problem with this though, my problem with this is that it looks kind of like it's going to be subversive or something. I mean, you have Jason Momoa with that haircut, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is that? Because just him with long hair is one thing. Him with bangs and a pink jacket, I'm like, all right, what is that? But then on top of that, we've got it just looks like it just doesn't look very good. Like we've had good children's media. This looks like it would be of the bad children's media. I don't even know if it would be bad for your kids. I just don't think that it's necessarily classic or high art or just something that is good, basically. It would be something that the parents would groan if they took their kids to, but the movie is not meant for the adults.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
clearly
just
it's-
about to ask what the last good Jack Black movie was, but it's the Super Mario movie when he's Bowser, and that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
No, he did good.
He's not the star. He's a voice actor, and honestly, I mean, I could have had a different person doing the voice acting. It's fine. I mean, Bowser was like he was there. It wasn't about Bowser though, to me.
No, but I thought Jack Black did a great job. Just like Seth Rogen, I wasn't like thrilled about him being Donkey Kong, but I thought he did a good job.
So
Kong Jr. You know what? He came across
I
as
actually didn't realize Seth Rogen was Donkey Kong.
well. He
Well, neither did he. So
Well, he told them you didn't see the interview. People are pissed because Seth Rogen, when they interviewed him about Donkey Kong, he said, "I'm not gonna be Donkey Kong. I'm gonna be Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong," and people didn't like that.
Yeah, we don't like the actors. I mean, there's a very, I don't know if it was a book or if it was an article that someone wrote way back in the day called "Shut Up and Sing," where it's basically telling people who are in the industry, you know what, we like you for the talents that you have. We don't necessarily like you for who you are, because sometimes that person is a bit of a
See, I liked Jack Black and them for the longest times, and then they started opening their mouths and saying,
please stop
stupid
telling me
shit.
who you are, because I don't want.
I still give Jack
just
Black a pass for some of his stuff. I don't know. I don't listen to him for his politics personally. So,
Well, I don't want to know, so that way I don't have to worry about, saying, "Oh yeah, but there's this other thing." It's like
Yeah, like I was totally fine with Donkey Kong until you told me it was Seth Rogen.
Hey, do you know who narrated Thomas the Tank Engine back in the day?
I don't
No.
want to know.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
He was a guest on there too.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like the credits came up in the beginning, and I'm like, really?
That seems like a
And then-
mismatch.
Immediately, I was like, oh my gosh.
I sent Zio something. I think the biggest problem with the Minecraft is I think whoever was doing the casting came in very, very inebriated and gave the wrong roles to the wrong people.
Yeah.
He should have been Steve. You know what?
Absolutely.
I could actually get behind that, because then he'd be like this survivalist who takes himself entirely too seriously, and that would actually be kind of funny in and of itself.
Yeah,
I could actually.
I don't think Jack Black should be Steve, but Momoa I could get behind.
Wait, who are the other actors in this thing?
Don't know.
Couple kids.
They should have went full tilt and made one of the women Steve, just because it's 2024.
Oh, they got the female version. It's what's her name?
That one.
Oh, you're right. Anyway,
The redhead,
Oh,
but
then
because
whoever
she's
that
redheaded,
is,
they're not going to make her.
where's the other three?
Yeah, the star is. I mean this.
I mean,
This honestly just looks like a children's movie, but it looks like a bad children's movie.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, not Spy Kids.
Okay, all right.
No,
I'll grant you
showed my
that.
kids
It
'cause I
does
was
look
like,
very
oh,
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Minecraft.
Because Spy Kids at least tried. They didn't know that it was
It's
substandard,
like
but
cheesy, but in a good way.
it was it was bad. It wasn't like so bad that it goes around and gets good again. It wasn't like memeably bad. Shark Boy
You're
and
full
Lava
of.
Girl.
Hold on, let me make the joke. You're full of shiitake mushrooms.
I need to actually finish watching the one where all the heroes gets taken by the aliens.
Isn't that the first one?
No, it's one of the other ones because all the kids are at like the school.
Oh,
kid in the
yeah, I remember.
wheelchair
Yeah.
And the one who draws pictures that can see the future. And
Did you guys like the?
my kids
Jumanji?
watch it, and I watch
Okay.
like the first 30 minutes of the movie, and then I get busy doing something else, so I've never actually finished that one. And I need to finish watching it.
Not
Did you guys
for
ever
the story.
see
to
the
exist.
Jumanji knockoff in the sci-fi tone, which was Zathura?
You mean
The
the
what?
one with Jack Black in it?
Was that Jack
No,
Black in
no, Zathura wasn't. No, he's
Oh,
talking about
okay,
something
okay.
else.
Yeah.
He's talking about the basically Jumanji 2 and 3, which had Jack Black in them.
Oh no! I'm talking about
Which I did
the
enjoy.
original Jumanji
Mhm.
was, and then they had Zathura, which was like a sci-fi knockoff of
Mhm.
Jumanji.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
actually a
watch
decent
that.
movie.
It looked like it'd be okay, but
I'm
I
gonna be
just
100. I think that they should have not gone live action at all and just had it just a 3D animation.
100.
Oh, that was my commentary about Borderlands. They went with the wrong idea. It shouldn't have
Yes.
been a live action. It should have been like the cartoony style they used for the original Borderlands. That was
See,
that was my comment.
I think they could have got away with Borderlands being live action if, again, the casting wasn't a room of drunk monkeys.
You know when an artist nails the art style of a movie or a game, it's
Mhm.
automatically like people can tell. Like for example, there's a show called Wingfeather Saga. If you've ever heard of it, it's on. It was produced by the Angel Studios group, the ones that did like Sound of Freedom and all that.
Mhm.
It's really well done.
Really?
And it's based on a set of books that got really popular in the last 4 years. But they're very good books too. Actually, I started reading them as young adults, but they're good.
Mhm. Oh, cool. Wingfeather Saga. Oh, okay. I'll go on Angel Studio and check them out.
Yep. Are you
Yeah.
playing the trailer for all of us there, Zio?
He's playing
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Zora, and
I
I
just-
remember now why I
Just
did not watch
everything's
it.
just muted because
Yeah, fair enough.
No,
I'll
you
stop
could just-
talking. I talk too much. I'll stop.
You could just play it.
Will you play with me?
I've never even heard of this movie.
Read this for me. Meteor shower. Says the UV
I have seen trailers.
Ugh.
Sci-fi Jumanji, I'm telling you.
It's exactly that. This is such a huge ripoff.
Walter, check this out.
In the same house.
And I think that guy's Shark Boy. I'm pretty sure one of those two actors is Shark Boy.
And they died of lack of oxygen.
Right?
Pictures presents a new adventure from the world of Jumanji.
If this is some weird kind of joke you guys
So it's the same people who was doing Jumanji then.
No, that's not Shark Boy.
are trying to pull.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No.
We go
No?
home when we're finished.
No.
Wait, what? Who is that?
We're finished.
Shark Boy grew up to be
Trying to pull
That's
one of
Bella,
the.
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
From Twilight,
Is that
right?
from
Yeah,
Twilight
his
or
brow
whatever?
is completely different. Now, that looks like
Dang.
Kristen Stewart.
dead.
What did it say? We go
No,
home
it's
when we're
Bella,
finished.
whatever her
Gotta
name
keep
is,
playing.
right?
The game is on.
She's frozen in cryonic sleep. Dad's gonna kill us.
Frozen in cryonic sleep.
The robot is defective. We don't even have a robot.
Now you do.
How you do?
That's your robot.
Dude, you're
They're
just
tiny.
jealous 'cause I have a robot and you don't. Why would you?
This movie's ridiculous.
Is just beginning.
Like you got a pretty serious organ problem.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in it.
Meat.
Meat.
That's good.
Dude, you're meat.
I think the house has more problems than fire.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. 'Cause I'm your
Nothing's gonna happen to you. And they use the Matrix font.
Mhm.
I think we're home.
Nope.
Zathura.
I gotta tell you, the house looks fantastic.
Okay, I may actually have to go hunt this movie down and watch
It's pretty
it.
good.
All right. I'm going to say I've never been a huge fan of live action children's movies, even when I was a live action child. So, yeah, that just, I mean, it looks like standard fare.
Yeah, I'm with Meg.
I like
best-
Jumanji.
Some of
But
the
I-
best live actions though were like the Chronicles of Narnia movies, like just
I will grant
specifically
that.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because the other
Yes.
two go off the rails.
Hmm.
But
I did-
those
I
ones are
did
good live
like,
actions.
Did like the Narnia films and books.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Hey, here's a quick poll for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take an 8-year-old to see the Fellowship of the Ring when it was brand new?
Depends on the 8-year-old.
Okay, I would not, and
Yeah,
I was
mine
that
would get
8-year-old that
bored.
went. I have memories of Boromir getting hit by arrows, and it freaked me out at 8 years old.
Well, I mean, I saw an American Tale, like just the beginning.
Oh, Fievel? Yeah.
Yeah, the first one though, where they're singing
Yeah,
about
where-
no cats in America, and I am scarred for life from that. And that was a children's thing, so I have less problems with Boromir dying a heroic death than I do with these innocent mice being eaten by and their loved ones just singing a song about their terrible ends and then singing about how there are no cats in America. It's just
You know what? I did watch that one at that age too. I probably should have given a little less flack to Lord of the Rings. Oh, Lord of the Rings is real people. So there's that.
So
What was the old Batman movie that had the penguin in it?
Batman
Batman
Returns.
Returns.
So when I
Ooh.
was younger, my parents took me to see that movie,
Oh,
and the penguin scared me. Apparently,
he scares me now.
Isn't it DeVito? Or
I
is it
Yes.
distinctly
uh,
remember
Danny
hiding behind the
DeVito.
seat
It's
when
Tim.
the penguin
Tim-
came on.
It's Tim
And
Burton.
now I
making
think about it, it's
Danny
like,
DeVito
how and
horrifying.
why was I scared of that?
Because it's horrifying. Tim Burton does disquieting and uncomfortable stuff on purpose.
Well, I mean, think about Nightmare Before Christmas and talk about subversive content.
Yeah.
I like
Yes,
Nightmare Before
absolutely.
Christmas, though.
So I
I'm
feel
not
like-
saying you gotta hate it, but it's very subversive.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I feel like maybe I was just ahead of the curve because that didn't scare me as a kid. None of the
You're
Tim Burton
also
stuff
like
scared
5
me a
years older
kid.
than the rest of us.
After that horrifying experience with Friday the 13th, pretty much
Oh,
nothing
well.
scared me.
Well,
I
you
saw Friday the 13th, Halloween, all that stuff when I was like 6.
Oh, okay. So you're just a terrible. You just wreck all the curves here. So that's just all that
So
is.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space terrified me.
I don't like clowns, so that's
Yeah.
enough for me.
So what
They
we're
could just
saying-
be
what you're
clowns.
saying is
I
we got to
mean-
play the game now.
Yeah, we're
We don't have to
supposed
go with killer
is
or
he
outer
still
space.
alive?
Just clowns, and that's enough.
What? There's a Killer Clowns
Killer
game?
Clowns from Outer Space game, and Chad wanted us to play, and we never got around to buying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, I took
Really?
one look at that and was like, no, I'm terrified of that. He's like, what? It's like, I saw the movie. It terrified me as a kid.
Oh my goodness.
So
I
it's
had
your favorite
up
movie, then.
until like a week ago, I had that on DVD and I got rid of it.
So hear me out. Take your kid to see if you want to take your kid to see a movie. I highly recommend Watership Down, and then after that, follow it up with Grave of the Fireflies. They'll love it.
Oh,
No.
why would you do that?
You take him to see Deadpool and Wolverine like I did. Great
Ugh.
movie.
That was probably one of the best comic book movies I've seen.
Yes, I took my kid to see that.
My
Love
favorite
it.
comic book movie is one that I would probably not have my kids see until they're way older, and that was the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes,
Yeah,
They would have to be pretty much adults for me to be willing to take them to it.
Chris is correct. Chad and Zio, I'm sorry to tell you, Deadpool and Wolverine is the third best Deadpool movie.
The third best
It was
Deadpool
still
movie.
a good movie. It was
No,
fun.
okay,
This is the
it's-
caviar of not having caviar for 20 years, okay?
No, there have been other Deadpool movies. There was one and there was two. The
No,
best one
but
was
I won't
one.
let him watch one. I'm debating on letting them see the second one.
Okay.
And
What?
three. I
Three
like,
was just
okay,
a
yeah, I
lot
can do
of
that
a
one.
lot of gross out silly humor. There wasn't as much. I mean, there was a lot of sexual stuff, but it was all like
innuendoed.
innuendo
innuendo
about gay
and
stuff as opposed to like straight up
No real nudity.
intercourse.
Do you ever want to see a really good breakdown of one of the scenes in Deadpool? I'm going to send you guys a link in the private chat. It's hilarious. Somebody decided that it was a good idea to analyze the scene where Juggernaut falls into the pool and gets electrocuted. And
Oh
it's
god.
epic. I just dropped it into the chat for you. You can check it out later.
So that was the second one, right?
I don't know. I saw this.
was.
I haven't seen
It's
any
Yeah.
of the Deadpools. I just know that this scene is hilarious because this guy's like literally he's analyzing it as the guy's like shoving the you know what up his
Oh,
And so
know
that
what part
gets
you're talking
played.
about.
over and over and over, and he comes up with a creative way to say it every single time he gets to that part.
That'll be fun. We'll watch that later.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
I'll take a
anyway.
look at it later. So, one of the best games ever to come out for the PlayStation has beat the speedrun record of shutting down within like
Womp womp.
12 days.
So that shouldn't released.
Yeah, I mean, if you exclude scams like that one game that shut down within a day.
Which one was that one?
Oh, I forget the name of
It
it.
was that post-apocalyptic zombie live service thing that
Yes.
had like a GoFundMe and everything.
Oh,
It
I
was,
remember seeing
5 or
that on
6
Twitter.
years, and then it came out, and then like immediately shut down after everybody bought it, and everyone's like, "Wait, what the hell?"
Good stuff.
And it wasn't finished, and it was bad, and excluding scams like that, this is, I guess, set the speedrun record for quickest shutdown of a live service. Because I think Suicide Squad is still trucking.
Oh, it
Until, like,
exists.
The beginning of next year or something is when they're officially shutting down those servers.
Yeah, something
Tracking.
like
Are
that.
we gonna call it tracking? Really?
Yes.
Hey,
We might
last
call it
year,
walking,
I
hobbling.
call it limping and bleeding
There you
out.
go. Yeah.
like a couple of years ago, did you know the Infamous 2 server still worked?
The infamous what now?
Infamous 2, they're like multiplayer scenario servers.
Wait,
Oh,
they
yeah,
had
yeah,
a
yeah.
multiplayer server?
Yeah,
Or they had
and it was still up.
multiplayer?
It was
I
still
didn't
up.
realize they had multiplayer in that game.
It's like custom scenarios.
Yeah, listen, Suicide Squad still has 104 people playing it right now.
104 whole people. Good
I
for
know,
them.
104 people.
Good
Yeah,
on
half of that
them.
is the staff of Suicide Squad.
Probably, but still. I mean, Concord also only had like half their player base being the staff at this rate.
How many people are playing Halo Infinite right now? I'm curious.
Halo Infinite actually is doing pretty good for its thing. Halo
It's still above
Infinite,
1,000, isn't it? I know the lowest it got down to was like 1,000. I thought.
Yeah, well, it's a few thousand. I mean, it's still doing its thing.
Yeah,
3,962 was the peak. About 3,327 in the past 42 minutes.
This is Steam charts, so this does not include Xbox players.
No, this is just Steam charts. Because
you got to take that with a grain of salt when it's just Steam and it's a Microsoft game.
yeah, I mean, when it comes to these console games, there is a definite thing. Because Concord had about, I think they did actually mention the numbers. It was about 2,200 or something Concord sold copy-wise, right?
2,200?
2,200.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yep.
Yes.
Physical copies or?
It didn't say one way or the other. It just said
Okay.
Concord
I think
had
it's total
sold
copies.
22 copies in total, 22,000-ish.
Wait,
But for
2,200 or
Steam-
22,000?
Their all-time peak was 660, which means the rest of it was on console.
Yeah.
Or Epic, because it turns out they were also selling it on Epic, and I didn't realize
Interesting.
until somebody had mentioned that they were.
Hey, can you look up a game for me? I posted it on Twitter because I couldn't believe it was a real game. But there's a game called Arab Drift Cars.
Oh, wait, is that real?
Yeah, it's a real game. It was on
Because
eBay.
I retweeted it.
No, you go on eBay. It's
I
sold
didn't
for like
realize it was a
$200.
real game.
What is
Holy
it called?
shit, it is. It's a
Arab
real
Drift
game.
Cars. And the cover of it
Era
is
of drift
ridiculous.
cars?
No, Arab Drift Cars.
Arab drift cards.
Oh, Arab. Oh yeah, I did see that.
It's a
And I
real
was-
game.
I thought that was actually
Wait.
a Photoshop.
No,
Yeah, I thought
I thought it
it's,
was
it's
too.
real.
This is real.
It's a real game. I want to
It
know
is
how many
about
people are playing it.
$19 US.
I want to know how
Okay.
many people are playing it. That's what I want to know.
Okay, so they clearly
Oh
didn't
god, all
have,
the 1-star ratings.
they didn't have any of those DEI consultants on this game.
Well, just look at the cover. Look
I
at
know,
the
that's why
cover.
I'm saying. They would have been like,
cover's
sensitivity
ridiculous.
training needs to happen now.
Listen, it is a 3-star game, thank you. Never mind, like
Who decided to release
44% of it
Wait,
is all
Leo,
1 stars.
wait.
There's 38 5-stars to balance it out.
Can you see how many people are actively playing this?
I want to know.
Unless it's on got a Steam chart, PlayStation doesn't really release.
That's
their-
what I'm saying. Is it on
And I
Steam?
love the fact that it actually has a 1 as if they're going to make more of them. That's my favorite part of this.
Hey, they have dreams.
And hey, the
Dreams.
GTA font right there.
Yeah, I
really
know.
sells it.
Yeah, stole the GTA font with it.
I'm about to look up a playthrough of this because I'm curious.
I was actually about to try and bring.
I'm curious if this is on Steam and what the number is versus
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Concord.
Well, it sold well enough to have 52,000 views on a 100% trophy guide in under 3 minutes. So apparently this is one of those buy it and get all the trophies in like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, was this thing cracking down on games that were just for trophy hunting?
Maybe.
I remember hearing something about that where like somebody made a game where like as soon as you log on, you get like 20 trophies or 20 achievements.
Listen, the real question is who printed this on a physical disc? That's the question we need to answer.
There
is not
doesn't
limited
seem
run
to be
game.
anything Steam wise.
Okay, so that's probably just.
I mean, there is apparently a community thing for it, but trying to bring up numbers, it's like telling me there's nothing there.
Do you guys want to hear the tagline on the back? It says, "Start playing the Arab style in the open world. You can play in offline mode, and you can explore, drift, race, and much more." And it's got a picture of like a Jeep Cherokee.
Oh,
Of course it does.
Wait, who is the publisher of this?
A brave person.
It's Ubisoft.
Red Rice Games.
One Up
Is that
Wonders.
Red or Red Race Games? No, Red Rita Games. It looks like. I don't know,
You
it's
know,
hard to
you
read.
looking down like that makes me wonder if you don't have a copy in your hand and you're just like looking at it.
No, but this is what it looks like.
Wow, that's Oh my god! So we're not using any lighting elements in this. Okay, I get it.
I like how the
What?
bottom of his clothes are so dark they disappear into the road. Like, look, he looks like he's got pants on because it's so dark.
Hey, guys, I'm just gonna point. Hear me out now. This is better than GTA.
That's
This has-
GTA right here.
Make your
This
case.
has
Seth.
6 stars.
Oh wait, it's Roll Ritz Games, and it's got like the chess piece for the knight.
Oh.
I
Well-
finally found a copy on eBay that
This
you
is
can
the
read it.
looking game I've ever seen.
Wait, so wait, when you get 6 stars, do you just unlock the
Oh,
Is
I
it
didn't even notice that. Oh, and now I see what you're talking about.
when you get 6 stars, do you just get beheaded, or like can you go to the store and buy a bomb vest?
That might be where you get to behead somebody else. See?
Then you get promoted. No, I'm just kidding.
We've
what's
gone
gonna happen?
dark.
Is he
We're
gonna
all
hit-
demonetized
Is he
now.
gonna
Just
hit?
saying.
Is he gonna hit? Okay, good. He didn't hit anything. Good.
Oh, I've long said fuck monetization. So
I want to
Well,
see
Zio
like
has
some
it. No, I'm just
collision.
Oh,
See
no,
how
I-
that goes.
Well,
Chris,
he hasn't had
I
any
was the
collision.
reason that he came to Rumble because I ruined one of his streams.
Oh, jeez.
Dick.
So here's the real question for you guys. How much are you willing to pay for this game?
I would pay to not play this game.
Because
Well-
this is the best price I see. It's $249.99.
No,
You're getting $250. Is this money laundering? Is this what this is?
Well, the PlayStation Store has it listed for 19 US.
which I still think is
So-
a price gouge.
This guy is playing it with a steering wheel.
Hey, you
I-
can buy it direct from the what is this? The United Arab Emirates. So there you go.
Oh, can we hit something? Hit something. I want to see what collision looks like. Please.
Oh, that's where they printed it. They printed it in UAE.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway,
this
Oh, there was
is
some slight
so.
collision, I think. Just didn't do anything.
my friend, the title of this video.
I'm just kind of amazed because I remember being in like high school and the IT kids, me being one of them, but I wasn't like their level, making games that were definitely better than this.
Look at the hands.
Hey, he's drifting. Look at that. That's some
well, no,
serious
look at the
drifting.
hands. They're
Oh,
not
there's some
even on the
collision.
steering wheel.
Oh yeah, they're not. You're right.
No, they're not. They're like
They're in the steering wheel.
Yeah,
they're
the
through
thumb is
steering
going
wheel.
through the controls.
Ugh.
Also,
Why a Hyundai?
he did not wreck; he just bounced off.
Yeah.
As you do.
Hey, at least the collision detection works.
I mean, yeah, at least it
There's
didn't
no
do
physical
now.
damage. Just no
I
damage
mean-
physics. Okay, the only way I will buy this game is if I can drive a Hertz. Or a hearse, not a Hertz. A hearse.
It hurts.
The only way I'm buying this game is if there's a gun to my head, and even then, I might consider going to heaven early.
Oh.
Man, these are
But
some
anyway.
bad textures.
Waiting at the pearly gates. What brings you here? I wouldn't buy Arab drifting cars. One.
Then they're like,
Really?
get in the line over there.
So, back to the
Terrible.
originally scheduled program of Concord.
Hey, you gotta
$40
clip that. That'll
price
make a good
tag
clip
leads
video.
to a tipped first weekend on PC.
You could
yeah.
And
Tepid.
then we're followed by whoever this is.
Who?
Makes history as the first black trans woman in a major studio video game.
Yeah. So clearly they had their focus was totally on.
Oh,
you
is this
know-
for Concord?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
this is
Concord.
Concord.
Oh.
This
Oh,
was so
but-
clearly their focus was on, their players and how to make the best gaming experience. Yeah.
So somebody had said about this character before they showed the person it's based off on,
Mhm.
like that somebody had said on Twitter that they're going to make that character trans. Mark my words. And then it happened, and the guy was like, "I was joking."
And then hours later, after making that announcement, oh wait, I'm
Okay,
sorry. This
Step
is the
one
cope, I
to sell
guess.
your game: Don't call your audience talentless hacks.
Yeah, that's right. I
Freaks.
forgot. This is part of the cope stuff.
I thought it was
devs.
hacks. I thought that's what I read, but maybe it wasn't.
Talentless.
Well, there it
freak.
is. It's right there on the screen. Why would I care about a bunch of talentless freaks hating on it? Which is totally what you want again.
Because those freaks are the same ones that have money that you're trying to extract.
This
Look,
is
the customer is always right. Okay?
Yeah, well-
Otherwise, you don't have customers.
yeah.
It
This is
matters
thinking
of
that you're
taste.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
this is why, sir. This is why you
then,
would care why the
shortly
talentless
after-
what the talentless freaks have to say.
Shortly after
Because-
telling us that they have a trans character because they decided that the trans shield was their go-to, they shut down the studio, or they shut down the game.
Firewalk Studios. That sounds familiar. Did they make? Look up Firewalk Studios. I'm curious if this is the one that banned PewDiePie from streaming their games.
Really?
Wait, could you do that?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually they did content strikes. Whatever. There was a group back when that said they were gonna copyright strike PewDiePie for playing their games on stream. I don't know if it was this company or a different one.
Can they do that?
Well, PewDiePie pulled down his videos because he wasn't gonna test it.
Oh well, all right then.
I'm Googling it.
Well, they've been around since I think 2003.
I
Or
want to
maybe
know if this is the one that
2018.
did it.
Sorry, never mind. 2018.
Oh, then I
Oh,
don't.
that's
maybe
No,
not
I
it's
one
could have
then.
swore there was somebody else before that.
Oh, it's veterans from Bungie. That's even weirder. Let me see if this
Yeah,
is
that's-
them or not.
Oh no, it's not weird at all. That
Bungie and
follows-
Activision.
Yeah, but I want to know if this is the one that did that. Oh
Games
God, what was that
developed.
game called?
Well, this only lists Concord,
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's the only thing that this.
but
studio-
they were around beforehand because I can't remember what I was reading, but
Yeah, I thought that Firewalk Studios was basically only doing this game.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different studio.
Yeah.
There it
Firewatch,
is,
the show.
Firewatch devs.
That was the ones. So who is the Firewatch devs? That's the real question.
Hang on a second.
So Firewatch. I got them mixed up. Firewatch. Who did Firewatch? Because that's one it's like a walking simulator in the woods.
And also, kind of shitty game.
Campo Santo. Okay.
yeah, they
So
don't
never-
really have an entry anywhere. Like Firewalk Studios is just purged from the internet for the most part.
Well,
Yeah, it
that's
seems like it.
I think I know what that means.
They don't seem to have much of anything, and what little there is they were founded in 2018, but I could have swore they were around since 2003.
You mean
The-
information about them? Because I have their website here, which is
Yeah.
special.
Well, I mean, besides their website.
Well, Sony owns
But,
them
like, the
now, so
wiki
they
has
scrubbed a lot of their
nothing.
stuff.
Yeah.
And usually Wiki has at least something dating them all the way back. And all they have under their belt is Concord.
Yeah, I thought that was their thing though. Like they started working on Concord. Sony came along and said, "Oh my God, I have to have it," and then they purchased the studio and said, "Keep working under our name, and we'll pay you and stuff, and then we'll reap the rewards and we'll split them." And then they put out this lovely game, which,
I mean, look,
which has
when I-
failed in under 2 weeks.
When I see stuff like Concord, and also considering they wipe that, I'm going to assume, and I could be wrong, but we'll see in a couple weeks. To be honest, they are wiping it probably because they're going to be wiping that entire studio. That is my
Hey,
theory.
Here you go, Zio.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a bunch of background information on them. I found it in a Reddit post where they get completely exposed for who's in part of this. But just for the fun of it, it's ex Respawn, ex Bungie, ex Raven Software, and the game director was a technical art director at Bungie, with the studio head being a former suit at none other than Activision. Woo!
Wow, that's like a bunch of. Well, to be fair, if I know the studio, it's probably a bad one at this point.
Well, there's a lot of incestuous nepotism going on.
You mean like people?
Debs
at
from
Golden Bear
Ravensoft.
suits? Yeah, allegedly.
Huh.
Yeah.
But like the moment I saw Concord, like there was one thing that just kept coming to mind when I saw like the characters of Concord.
Mhm.
Put a ticket in, make a name gay.
Yeah.
There's no way that this game sold 10,000 copies on Steam. So, according to the wiki, 2,500 units apparently were sold. 10,000 on Steam, 15,000 on PlayStation. The numbers don't add up at all.
Sold or given?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that first number that you said?
25,000 units total.
Yeah, I'm pressing X right now. I
All
doubt.
right, 10,000 on Steam, 15 on whatchamacallit there, but those
PlayStation.
numbers just do not add up.
Well, people were complaining about not being able to get matches because there weren't enough people in the.
Yeah, I
in the
saw
lobbies.
that.
Okay, so I didn't see any of that. I'll touch on it here in a second, but this is what I'm getting at here.
Mhm.
This is the beta. All
Mhm.
right, this was the closed beta.
Was it
They
free?
had about 2,363 in
So-
total.
So the closed beta was for people who had already bought it.
And that was
But the
for
thing is,
yeah.
But
It
the
was
thing
a
is that they
closed
could
beta.
actually give out tokens to their friends. I think they got like 3 or 4 tokens that they could give to their friends to also play.
That
So
I
that's
didn't know.
that's what happened with the beta
I wonder if
when
they're
it was
counting
free to
that.
play. And then they had an open an open beta. I want to
Which
say
had
maybe a week or
full
2 later.
numbers to their closed beta. It was around 2,000 or so all-time peak during the open beta as well.
I can't believe we're talking about this when we could be talking about how the Dead Rising remake is removing the erotica points. I'm just kidding. I'm not worried about that at all. I was mostly joking.
I'm worried about
but what
that. No.
really doesn't make sense here is Concord released to 660 players.
That's pretty bad.
I'm wondering if people decided to start refunding their games though.
That's the thing. I'm wondering if
After
you
the beta.
can.
After the beta, I would think
Steam
so.
has a very generous refund policy, but let's just say for simplicity, 363 people bought Concord, pre-ordered it so they could
Oh,
access
returned
the
it.
beta. They stayed for the beta. They were there for the open beta. Did they all seriously return it before
But, I mean,
launch?
That's not saying that only 2,300 people played it. It's just saying that that's how many people were playing it at.
What
any
is the
given
art style
time.
of this game? We're
Well,
looking at numbers here.
no,
but I
I
feel
mean-
like
We
the
would
art
talk.
styles-
The art style is like.
Is it like not cohesive at all? Kind of like Crucible
Oh,
was
gosh,
for
no.
Amazon. The Crucible was like one of the worst art styles I've ever seen.
The art style is basically Overwatch and Overwatch, but ugly characters.
I mean, do you
This is the
remember
art style.
Crucible? Am I the only person who remembers this
I mean,
awful
is it-
game?
Crucible
Yes.
from Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, look,
There's
Concord is
detail.
like Overwatch if a gay pride parade ran through.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
Oh
just
my
all
god! No,
the-
this is the one with the giant yellow robot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
trash.
this is a
robot.
terrible art style. Nothing is cohesive about this at all.
No.
This is Crucible for anyone who was.
Can you click
this-
on it and make it a little bit larger?
Crucible looks
confusing.
better than Concord.
It's,
And
it's-
Amazon recognized the problems and canceled it ahead of time.
okay.
Oh,
I
they
mean-
even had a yellow robot.
Yeah, and it's, I gotta say though, that's cute. I don't have a problem with the art style. I just wouldn't play it because it's a third-person shooter.
The
and
art
that's not
style
what
of
I do.
Crucible is not. It's not the characters that are the problem. It's the fact that it doesn't mix with the environment well.
I was gonna say it doesn't mix with the
Mm.
environment, however, which you are correct, sir.
It's
I
actually one
do
of the
think-
reasons why I criticized Metaphor, Refantasio, whatever the heck the new Atlas game was, because the art style was not cohesive at all.
Hmm.
At least in all of the trailers.
Yeah,
This is
so
our
Concord looks
gameplay.
Concord looks more it doesn't look as schizophrenic with its art style. It
The
just
colors are freaking everywhere. I'm sorry.
this is meant for young people or girls. I mean, I don't have a problem with the art style. I have a problem with the ugly characters, and also I don't first person shoot. I would not want to play any of these characters though. Like
Yeah,
which
I only third person shoot IRL.
Wah, wah, wah.
Just kidding.
And now we're on another list. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Don't worry.
Did you call me
I'm on all of
Mick?
them. I'm like a
Did you just
I'm like
call
a
me
Pokemon
Mick?
trainer. Of
I said
Rockstar.
man.
Oh, he said Mick. I was like, who's that
You're
Mick?
now Mick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but
Yeah, I wouldn't have played this game even if it was like I don't even play Fortnite, and I even tried that at least.
It just doesn't. It.
I gave Fortnite a try because of that guy up there.
Yeah, hey, I kind of like Fortnite. Okay.
Talking about God? Oh, you're talking about the guy 3 slots above you. You just pointed up
me.
like
See, my kid is a
I can't
huge
just, like,
Fortnite
reach
fan, so
around.
I have to play Fortnite.
Oh no,
to,
he just stuck his arm up my. No, I'm just kidding.
Look at my puppet.
Oh
my
Just call me
goodness.
Jeff Dunham.
But yeah, like
Silence.
My
all
secret's
these
been revealed.
character
I'm a
designs
puppet.
are just horrid. They really are.
Well, what character would you want to play?
If I had to
What the
play
heck is
one-
the purple-haired person in the backups?
Hey,
That's
can you
me.
enlarge that real quick, Zia, so I can see like full screen?
Go ahead, just hit play. Just turn the
No,
sound
I-
off. Hit play and let's go through these characters.
I'm the robot.
Well,
I'm
it's
the
not going to
robot.
go through them all.
Oh,
This
he
is
him?
I know
some
what character I'd
gameplay
play.
Impression.
I'd play
Wait,
that
that
character.
guy. That guy is the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
skinnier,
background character from Guardians of the
dumber
Galaxy.
looking one.
Yeah,
That's
I know
kinda
what
dumber
character
looking
I'd play in
one.
this. I'd play that character in the lower right corner called Exit.
Oh man, it's just like it's just everybody's been trying to capture the same demographic that Fortnite did, and nobody can do it. It's just
Yeah.
not possible.
I mean, if I was going to play one, it'd probably be this chick right here.
Yeah. I mean,
She
she looks
has,
like
like,
she's an
magical fire or
insufferable
something.
twat waffle in person, but sure.
I mean,
That's
I'm
not
not
a
sure it's
flower.
a
That's
chick.
an earring.
When I play these style of games, I pick the most obnoxious character that exists. So, like when I played World of Warcraft, the one time I did, I picked the panda because it was so obnoxious that my friends just refused to play with me afterwards.
Why was it so obnoxious though?
Because it was brand new at the time, and they were like, "Why would you pick the panda?"
Everybody was
honestly, it's
playing the
probably
panda
broken all to
during
hell.
Pandaria, though.
What was that?
Everybody was playing the panda back then.
I would
They weren't. My
absolutely
friends
play the
weren't.
panda.
I had
I
just
didn't
started,
play
so like it was
Panda,
brand new. But
I
I
started a panda just to check out their story area or starting
When-
area, and that was about it.
I just remembered Kung Fu Panda, so I was like, "All right, this is me."
yeah.
Oh,
Did
that
you name
was
it
a-
Poe?
That was quite
Jack
the joke
Black.
in WoW for a long time.
I will say that's the first time I actually liked Jack Black.
By the
Uh,
way, are we going to point out how great this frame rate is?
Well, this is the video, so who knows? It could be Zio's internet.
It could be. Does it look
Yeah,
good on
because it
your
looks
end?
fine on my end.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
there,
Terrible
yeah,
in
I'd
the
see his
screen reader
internet.
browser.
It's Streamlabs. Sorry.
Look, I think the point is
Yeah.
that Sony should have recognized and done what Microsoft did to Scalebound, which
Mhm.
allowed Platinum Games to survive with Nintendo. Because they canceled Scalebound, Platinum Games moved on to Bayonetta 2 and 3 with Nintendo. And had Sony had the intelligence to do this, maybe Firewalk Studios would have a shot at moving past this. I mean, Nintendo's been very good. Xbox has been very good at canceling things that don't belong. Like, for example,
Yeah.
Nintendo canceled their original Metroid Prime 4 in order to put out what looks like a much better Metroid Prime 4. So, like, there's an intelligence there with canceling games.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is that like I said, I do not first person shoot. I have played one first person shooter that was Destiny. That's because my husband made me. But
I'm sorry.
well, I learned to not stare completely at the sky all the time. It was just most of the time. But I died a lot. So, but even the Metroid Prime thing, I was like, that looks cool. I could watch somebody play that as long as I don't have to. That's cool. This I can't see myself playing. It's annoying. I hate it, and I don't even know why. But to be fair, I can't watch somebody play Fortnite either. I can vicariously watch people play most games, but this Fortnite, nah. There's just something about it that looks unappealing and
Also, a
uninteresting.
lot of people that play Fortnite are just obnoxious assholes.
That's a generalization.
He did
No,
say
that's an
most.
observation. One of them way up there. But no,
Is
I
it is
enjoyed Fortnite. Thank you.
So
It's
here's the
fun
thing.
with
is it
people.
causal or is it corollary? Like, is it because they play Fortnite it turns them into this, or is it people who are
Fortnite's
this?
generating
It's because they're a
douchebags.
bunch of
It's
kids
like
for the
that.
most part.
Well, no, it's grown ass men acting like kids. That's what, like, I want to freaking. Yeah,
Outlaw?
they do things that I can't say, probably even on Rumble. I literally, it's like nails on the chalkboard of my brain when a full-grown man rages at this cartoony shooter and then acts, and I'm going to say acts because I've learned over the years that a lot of these people are faking it.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're talking about streamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but the actual general population that plays Fortnite are like, I know some guys that do, and none of them are douchebags. So
yeah. No, I'm talking streamers. I'm not talking.
Okay. I can't disagree. with
Streamers
that.
aren't real
we're into
people.
the
What are you
whole
talking about?
streamer debate of how bad streamers are at games.
You know, here's the thing. Like, if somebody's going to stream games, they need to be genuine about it, because a genuine reaction, I mean, is always better than a fake reaction. Like, when somebody is faking it, usually you'll figure it out pretty quick.
I mean, depends on the demographic of viewer, because I'm going to say I saw Markiplier purposely leap off a cliff in a game, and nobody picked up on that.
Okay, but there's two different things. Like, one, it's like, okay, know your audience, what they want for entertainment, right? So, like, Markiplier, he's entertaining for kids. All right. Nobody thinks that Steve from Blue's Clues really didn't know where the stuff was.
Wait, Zio, don't
Wait,
you
what?
say a word.
What do you mean he didn't know where it was?
Anyway, so know your audience.
Steve needed the clues.
There's a Blue's Clues video game.
That doesn't
Probably.
surprise me at all. It's probably a point and click on the PC from the 90s.
No. I mean, it is kind of like that, but it's basically just like a kid's. You find a little paw print in the scene.
There's a Paw Patrol game where you groom the Paw Patrols, and my kids always like to watch that every once in a while. I'm just like, no, I'm not turning this on. No way. You can go get Nintendogs or something when you get a little older.
Give them Animal Crossing.
No.
Blue's
Nope.
Clues video
Ain't touching
games are a
that.
series. Speaking of which, there are several Blue's Clues games.
Well, I didn't think this would be a path of,
Listen, you said it, and I had to look it up. Starting in 1998 with Blue's Clues Birthday Adventures.
Do you know what console would have probably bought the licenses for these and pretended like they were brand new games? Intellivision Amico.
Jeez.
You know it's true. They would have probably tried to buy the license for these games.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, they were notorious for that back in the day.
They pretended like a Sesame Street game was brand new. I looked it up. It was already on Android, web browsers, everything else. It was a Flash game. It cost nothing. Nobody had to pay for it. So
there was a PlayStation and a Game Boy Color game.
Wow. How?
How much is it? Let's find out. We did the Arab drift cards. Let's find out what Blue's Clues costs.
Which one?
I mean, I understand a CD-ROM.
I can imagine it being a
$5.
collectible.
You want the $5 Blue's Clues Game Boy Color game?
I don't understand how it's
the
a
way
Game
you
Boy
said
game.
that, Chris, it's like a creepy dude with a trench coat trying to sell. He's like, "Hey, I got the new Blue's Clues."
I got the analog pocket. We
$199.99 on eBay.
What game are you looking up?
Blue's Clues Blues Alphabet book.
$5.
Just the book. Just the
book. Oh, the book to go with it?
The book to go with it.
Oh, it's $5 for the game.
Okay. Yeah, I found it used for 12 something too.
$40 in the
here.
box. $40 in the box, brand spanking new. That's probably a Chinese ripoff, but that's okay. All right.
All right. Back to Blue's Clues.
Now that we've followed the Blue's Clues, let's get back to the Concord.
Well, it's dead now, so
that is true.
They should have named it Phoenix, then at least they'd have a reason to bring it back.
People are talking like it's going to come back like Final Fantasy 14.
What if Xbox buys the game, makes it look nice, and makes it an Xbox exclusive? Like, how hilarious would that
be? Oh, if they decide to scuttle it and sell the IP and then Xbox swoops in.
If they make it profitable, that would actually just be hilarious.
Xbox right now Microsoft reminds me of that meme. I'm starving, and the dude's like super fat.
And Microsoft like puts it on Game Pass. All of a sudden, it has like 10,000 players. Like, we won.
So, what would be the price to play this game to you? Would
Wasn't
it
it
have
40?
to be? Yeah, no. I mean, for you to play it as a gamer, what do you think that an average Joe who plays games like this would be willing to pay, or would it just have to be free to play?
40.
They better pay me, or I'm not playing it.
40
I
would
mean-
be. If this was a good game, 40 would have been an okay
In the state that
price.
it is in now, Zio.
Well, I mean,
No.
in the state that it is now, it would need to be free to play just to get people in the door.
Well, from what I understand,
But-
it wasn't terribly buggy. It's just ugly.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is that
It's-
considering that there are other games that are just like this that are free to play, but they have like in-game microtransactions,
I mean,
what would it take for you to play this game, knowing that there are no microtransactions? You just pay up front $40.
I mean, look, I don't even like Overwatch, so I don't think they could pay. I don't think there's a price point that would be cheap
I've
enough.
always
for me.
wanted to play Overwatch, never got around to it, but
I literally played it one time, ran around like Donkey Kong, got the hammer instead of Mario, and then
unless it's Halo, he's not very good at shooters, so it doesn't matter.
dude,
Yo,
even
there's
if
only
it
like
is
3
Halo,
shooters I was ever good at. It was Halo, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and Mass Effect, if it counts as a shooter. Oh, Gears of War. So 4. I was good at Gears of War.
Now, in the state that it currently is, it would have to be a free-to-play model with microtransactions to get me to play it.
And
Or
you
they
could
would have to
unlock
give it to
better
me
looking
for
characters.
free on PlayStation Plus or something.
Yeah.
Which honestly is what I thought was going to happen, is they would set it out and then, 6 months to a year from now, make it free on PlayStation Plus to keep it on life support.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it that far.
no,
Well, you know that the thing that they were most proud of were their vignettes. They were like, "Oh, people will totally play this so that they can see these vignettes, these little short cutscenes about the characters and their
Yeah, I
interactions."
heard that,
and
and it's
stuff.
like, no.
Like, so what you're telling me is that you don't know what
See-
gamers are looking for when they play these games.
See,
Like-
when Overwatch came out, it was like watching a Pixar movie.
Yeah, it's cute.
And,
I wouldn't
and that's
play it,
why
but I'd
people
watch it.
loved Overwatch. It felt like playing a Pixar movie.
Mhm.
And everybody just couldn't get enough of it. And it was like a $60 game when it first launched. Now it's free to play with Overwatch 2 because they fucked that launch up like there was no tomorrow and they had no choice. But now, if this was an actual good game with good gameplay, looked better, didn't look all drabbed and like, a rainbow puked all over the keyboard or the screen or whatnot, people would have paid $40 for it and it would have been good.
Well, I mean, what does this have that the other ones don't?
So, well, everything else is better. The
Yeah.
gameplay's better. The abilities are better. The character design is 1,000 times better. Did we lose Chad too? We lost Chad too. Anyway.
So you're saying in the other games, those things are better than in this game.
Oh yeah,
Or-
absolutely. Like 1,000-fold.
So the only thing that this game really has going for it is that, look, we've got all these vignettes and we're super proud of them, and that way these characters interact with each other. That's the thing that they had that was their hook. They're new. I mean, when I'm dealing with scientists and they're trying to pitch their ideas, I say, what are you bringing to this that I can't buy someplace else? Why do I need to come to you specifically? Why Concord do I need to come to you specifically? And they're like, we have stories, which was like, that's not what first person shooters are here for. That character looks awesome.
Like,
I don't even
just
like
look at
big,
this right here.
slow-moving
This
characters.
is Reinhardt from Overwatch,
that's the character I played as.
Yeah, I can see that.
right? Looks
I-
so
What's
much
the
better.
what's the gumpiest character in Overwatch?
I don't
That would be the
know.
one I would play.
I
as.
don't know their
No,
roster
go left.
very
Go
well.
left. Go left. The one with the mask on.
Well, these aren't giving me body shots.
Oh, no, I'm telling you, it's
Oh,
two
okay.
over, two over to the right.
Okay.
That's one
No,
over.
That's
Okay, what about him?
one more over.
Oh,
That's the guy. That's the dumpiest.
I would play as him.
Roadhog?
That's how I would play as.
The pig. Yeah.
It
And
fits.
in Overwatch
kinda-
1, this is
just
what he
kidding.
looked like.
That's cool too.
Is that a hammer with a rocket booster on it?
Yes, it is.
He has a giant ass hammer. This guy is like a hulking, like huge hulking man. He is a tank. Like looking at him, you know this guy is going to take some damage, a lot of damage, and he's going to hit hard. And that's how he plays.
He is all the damage.
The other guy, or you look at the characters from
Concord.
what's the game we're talking about? Concord. You can't tell what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I present
one
to
of
you
them
guys
looks
my
like
theory?
one of them looks like they'll get type 2 diabetes and eat a lot of donuts.
Mm.
Can I present present you guys my theory here on this stuff?
Go ahead.
So there are certain genres that, because of the level of commitment they require, that there can only be one main game in those spaces. Like, think Facebook. Facebook was the only game in town for a very long time. YouTube was the only game in town for a long time. And then for like Fortnite, that's the only game in town that can make the money that it makes. Like League of Legends, nobody else is competing directly with League of Legends. They're like, there's the also rans, but there's League of Legends, and then there's everybody else. Fortnite, everybody else. Overwatch, there's everybody else. Some of these games are like genre defining in a way that nobody else can actually get into the space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
World
I
of
think
Warcraft,
so.
another good one.
And the thing is that if you're going to do something, you have to bring something new, or you have to scratch an itch that they're not mating. And that was what I was asking Zio when you guys were gone. I was saying, what could this game bring? What could Concord bring that would be different, that would in some way inspire someone to play this game instead of Overwatch, which is free? Why would you do this?
I can tell you what they thought would.
The vignettes?
I'm worried now.
If you say the vignettes
Diversity
again.
and inclusion, Meg.
Well, don't they have
what are the
diversity and
vignettes?
inclusion in the
Please
other
explain what the vignettes are.
The vignettes are these little stories. Let's see. Here's one here.
Yep, that ain't working for me.
The little absolutely no. My hubs plays. He played Destiny 1 and 2. He's reverted back to Destiny 2 because Destiny done gone crazy. But so I dropped one of their little vignettes in there. I haven't seen it yet. I just see that it says cinematic vignette, and there you go. But yeah, so he would play these games though, and when they started talking, he would get up and go get a soda or something. I'm following it because I'm not a first-person shooter person. I actually follow the stories. I'm here for Legend of Zelda kind of epicness. And I'd go, man, did you hear what they just said? He's like, what? They were talking? So like, that's not the mindset there at all. That went very Cruella de Vil right there, didn't it?
It did.
No, just look at these designs real quick. You know, you've got we were looking at Reinhardt. This is Diva. Diva's also a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Diva's whole deal is the fact that she climbs into a robot,
mm-hmm.
and that's her battle suit, essentially, right? She's an esports star or whatever. Mm-hmm. But she also has the ability to jump out of the suit, and then she gets really, really weak.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
Well, she can detonate the suit, do other things with it and stuff, and she's kind of like a two-type character, right? Her main function is to tank, but then she can kind of support without it.
Yeah. She's like a backup.
Soldier 76, and these designs are so much better. And then you look at the Concord roster, and you got this. The fuck is this freak?
It looks underdeveloped when you compare it to the Overwatch that we just saw. This looks like it's missing
can't even
a lot
tell
of
what
things.
they're supposed to do.
No,
or what their role would be. Like this.
I would assume tank because
right
I absolutely would say that it's not going to be.
The color scheme is color scheme whatever it is that they're wearing, none of it jives properly.
It's like they took the Fallout Knight and tried to make it pastel.
And
then you know
because that's what that color reminds me of.
Not what I want it to do. There it is. And then you have like Mr. Freeze over here. Like, I don't know what the fuck this was about.
Well, she escaped from prison, obviously, and they put a fishbowl on her head. Not a fishbowl. What is that?
This looks like the character from
ice-
Death Stranding.
Uh,
Like that
you
suit.
know, I thought that was like a block of ice or something, like an ice cube. I
No,
guess
that's
it's
Is
not.
this the what does the
helmet.
Death Stranding suit look like?
I don't know.
I feel like this looks like that a little bit, or maybe it's like what's that new one from Bethesda? Starfield. It almost like the Starfield suit, like that archaic astronaut thing. But what would an archaic astronaut be doing in Concord? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah,
Death
see, it
Stranding.
almost looks like that except orange, and it's got some extra features.
Yeah, it actually does, doesn't it?
That's what it
Holy
reminded me of.
shit. They were like, "Oh, we can make that and make it better," and then we got that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I do think Concord lifted some assets.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure they did.
Which
They
I
probably
don't
just
have a
said
problem-
AI Death Stranding suit, and that's what they got.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "No, dude, that's game development. You lift assets."
Like,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
the
even
thing
know
is-
what doll is supposed to be here.
It's a guy. It's a
The-
very fat guy.
The zipper on his shirt almost looks like it's glitching into his coat a little bit, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of looks like she or he or whatever is wearing this, just at a different color and without the middle plate.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure all the
Swap for
undersuits
that.
are supposed to be similar. I'm sure all the that's the Death Stranding suit. Go back. That what's under that coat is the Death Stranding suit.
Oh gosh, it practically is, isn't it?
It's very close. Same color, even.
Yeah, they just slapped a little thing on the chest again, changed its color slightly.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But like, none of these designs work at all.
I think Kojima needs to get on that and start suing Sony for it. Isn't that a Kojima game? Kojima, whatever the heck. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
Death
so.
Stranding is.
So he's wearing like a puffy jacket, but it's got armor on it. So he was chilly
I think he's a
and
healer.
also does.
They're coming back from Lost Planet. You know, it was cold. They had to put in the jacket over top of the other jacket. Even though the inner thing is climate controlled, he needed some extra weighty jacket on top.
Yeah, you know, when you're diabetic, you get cold easily. So you know.
Oh, we got the fake Guardians of the Galaxy strong guy in the background walking through.
Yeah.
Did you see him? He
This
was
is-
shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. The fake Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
He's got like that blue-red skin, which is weird.
Well, it's Guardians of the Galaxy crossed with Hellboy, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
Do you guys really want to like turn the sound on and hear what's saying, or does
No,
this not
I
tell it?
don't.
I
don't
know.
wanna- I want
Well, we
this
can
turned
read
off.
it. We can read it.
I'm kind of like done with Concord at this point. Like
Yeah.
you already sold me that it's not worth even looking at.
Oh, yeah, it's
Well,
pretty
Concord
much-
sold us on that. Like there was every time I look at it, I'm like, I want to look at something else.
Where did
please.
the name come from?
Grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah, actually, probably because I
Or-
first
Actually,
or
thought-
flight-
I want grape juice.
Isn't it Flight of the Concord? Isn't that like a show or something?
That's a good show. How dare you?
I'm just
the
wondering.
numbers
if
still
it's
don't make sense to
related
me.
to the.
I'm sorry.
No, it's in no way related to that. That's
Where
a
that
that's
is
a-
Flight of the Concord. This is all of the Concord.
So apparently Ubisoft has flown out influencers to LA so they can get the Star Wars
No,
treatment.
don't bring them here.
It already happened.
We have enough nonsense. We don't need more.
But they flew out a bunch of people for good reviews, so you know how that goes.
Oh, you mean kind of like Ring of Power with their influencers? No, I'm not letting it go. It was annoying.
So that happened.
I watched some of the gameplay with this game, and her face from the front is pretty good, especially in the cinematics and the rendered versions. But
Yeah.
from the side and the 3/4, there's something wrong there. I think that the chin comes forward too much. That's not how chins actually are. That at least not a female chin, not a
Hey, are
normal
you guys
female
aware
chin.
the game is living on?
Is what?
It's living on. Apparently, Amazon has paid for the series to be a part of their thing called Secret Level Anthology.
Oh, yeah, Concord. That is true. Secret Level. I recently saw ads for that. They're going to be doing Mega Man and several things where they're doing that
Armored
anthology.
Core, Concord, Crossfire, Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus.
Amazon picked up Concord for one of their episodes, so that episode is going to air back like in December or
Pac-Man's in it.
whatever month is before September or December, whatever. Anyway, whenever they air. But Concord's going to be shut down by then.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't either. I'm very confused.
I just dropped it in the
Okay.
chat. It's in
I'm
the
reading
Wikipedia chat. Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna do vignettes.
I was
It's being made by Blur
Studios.
Studios, so it'll be high quality stuff.
Oh yeah.
no.
I want to
sorry,
see the Mega Man one definitely. Amazon Secret Level.
I'm sorry. It just struck me as funny since the thing that Concord was so excited about was their
Oh.
vignettes, and now they're gonna be
That'll be all that's left.
yeah. All that remains. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, pretty
That's a
much.
shame.
So we're gonna pop this up.
Oh, they got
Yeah, I'm
Keanu
actually
Reeves
curious.
likeness for Armored
And then
Core.
I'm gonna unmute my screen so we'll echo for a second.
Oh, that's probably Armored Core.
This world has waited for your arrival. It is you. You will open the door. Because you are the chosen.
Your favorite games?
Moments.
Concord.
It's a new adventure.
Whose favorite game?
I don't know.
Not Concord.
I don't care. Mega Man. They're gonna do him dirty somehow, and I know it, but I want to see it. Anyway.
Maybe they'll do a good job.
The first season.
Yeah, it's like God of War, Warhammer.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. That was Armored Core. It's Blur. It'll be good.
There wasn't much Concord in this trailer at all.
They're probably cutting it.
No,
I wouldn't be
this
shocked.
trailer released before Concord got shut down.
Fair enough. I hope they put it out there for no reason.
What is December? Okay. Oh,
This
shit.
has got to be like a clip because nobody else is talking about this.
What is it? Is it somewhere?
Who are you talking to?
You. You said a clip?
You got to make a clip out of this because nobody's talking about the fact that this is still going to release with Concord in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still going to release with Concord. It's going to be 15 stories. It's from the guys who did Death and Robots or whatever, Death, Love, and Robots.
Well, they also did the Halo 2 cutscenes.
Oh, did they?
That was them, yeah, Blur Studios.
Oh,
Can
neat.
you silence your screen?
Oh, yeah, I guess I can do that.
Echo.
Echo.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to talk when there's a echo. It's just, I didn't want to make
It's fine. I
it sound all
forgot.
funky.
So,
It's okay.
but yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to this.
I
Oh,
would
that's cool.
I would have looked forward to this when I was a sweet summer child like 6 years ago. Now I just
Let
kind of
me
like,
have it.
I'm like, it looks pretty. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's all I
Like-
got. That's the best I can do. We'll see.
Here's the whole list, though. Like, if anybody's curious, got Armored Core, and apparently that's what they used the Keanu Reeves for. They use in
Mhm.
that one. Concord, Crossfire,
Lol.
Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus, which I'm not even sure what that is.
Wait, the board game?
Wait, did that say Anthem?
No. Anthology. Honor of Kings, Mega Man, New World
Unreal
Tournament.
Tournament.
Yep,
Wow.
Pac-Man, PlayStation in general, apparently. Sifu, Spelunky, Outer Worlds, Unreal Tournament, Warhammer 40K. Oh, that was the opening scene. Was for Warhammer? That's what it was.
I was about to say, I
Yeah,
like
the
Warhammer.
opening was Warhammer. Mega Man.
I'm just sitting here thinking like Pac-Man, really. Okay.
But yeah, these guys did the Halo 2 cutscenes.
There's your Concord spot.
Oh man, even better.
That looks so much better than the game.
Actually.
Oh no.
I mean, there's clearly technical talent here.
Blur Studios is awesome.
I just don't know about the
it's gonna look
storytelling.
good, that's for sure.
Look up Zio, pull up the cutscene of the Grave Mind talking to the Chief and Arbiter from Halo 2 Anniversary. It's beautiful. And that's Blur Studios. That's how you know they're good.
Well, it's not that I doubt their technical ability. My problem is that if there's a story that I hate, I don't care. I'm like, oh, I could just put this on I could just look at it and not listen to it. You know, like the thing that makes me care is the story. I am a story force person. It may just be me. I may be the plaid sheep in the story, but
like, look at this. This is Blur. This is what they're
fantastic.
Capable of doing. They are really good.
He's having a bad day.
Edition.
Oh yeah, no, that was.
Yep.
That is such a bad day.
That thing's talking to him, by the way.
Yeah.
If he turns it off, though, we can't say anything anymore because then we're going to be echoey.
Yeah, I mean this is like one of the most beautiful cutscenes, because if you look at the original version of this scene from Halo 2, it looks like he's talking to a floppy flower. Like you can't tell what the Grave Mind even is. But clearly this thing is an ominous,
really good,
disgusting beast.
So did they retexture and
they redid the entire scene.
They redid it.
Which means it would play if it worked.
So Halo 2, all the cutscenes in the original Halo trilogy are actually done in-game engine.
Mm-hmm.
Blur said, okay, that's cool and all. We can't really do that and make it look good without completely changing what the game looks like. So they basically just redid it in CGI that looks amazing. Like these guys, when it comes to CGI, these guys know what they're doing. Most CGI companies, I feel like, have no idea what they're doing. This looks beautiful.
They have amazing textures and everything.
Oh, there's the traitor.
Yeah.
The traitor.
So anyways, yeah, this is the company doing it. So they're amazing.
Yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to that anthology series.
Oh no, if we're just talking on a technical artistry level, then yes, I concur.
I'm just hoping it doesn't get like destroyed somehow. But I mean, it's going to look good, that's for sure.
Yeah, it can look good. Lots of things can look good though, and just
the Concord episode will have more viewers than the game had players.
Yes, it will. The Concord episode
painful.
will definitely have way more viewers than ever played the game. That's for sure.
That makes me sad for them, honestly.
Yeah, that's.
Hold on, did you say it makes you sad for them?
People are going to go looking for Concord.
Yeah, and then I remember what
I heard was that makes me sad for them ominously.
Honestly.
Honestly. Okay.
Man, you are here. Do I need to enunciate harder, guys? Is that what's happening?
I swear you said ominously. It made me laugh. I was like, oh God. Okay.
So
I feel bad for you, but it's ominous.
I'm going to be 100 with you. After all the crap the Concord devs have done and all that, my honest reaction to them shutting down. Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Well, see, that's the thing, is they're trying to figure out why Concord failed. And
like, we've been telling them, and they're like, "No,
you can find out real quick why Concord failed."
I mean,
well, people have been telling them, and they go, "No, and then yell at us. Yeah, yeah,
that's why it failed.
They refuse to believe us, and let's see, we've only got like 20 minutes left. Zio, you want to go into the other game? What is it? Oh crap!
No, wait. What was the other game?
The Sony GTA. What is this game called? Fair Games.
Fair Games. That's right.
Speaking of new games that are coming out, now I'm interested in like what you guys are going to think about it.
The game I'm most interested in is the Dead Rising remaster, to be honest with you. It's probably the first time I'll actually break out a new game in like years.
All right, so Sony's new new thing that they're going to bust out is going to be this thing here.
You want to know about us? Seems like everyone does these days. It's simple. Too much money and too much power is held by just a few people. And it's only getting worse. So, we decided to do something about it. Let's go.
Jeans, designer socks too. I got the swag too. It's a haiku. I'm something like you. Might drink and drive too. Work 9 to 5s when I was in high school. These shoes here don't come out till June. This my pick. I'll crop you. Maybe to the game. Set my I-dos. Got a window seat like Erykah Badu. Got it, then you can't flaunt it. Pull up Lamborghini and song it.
So that's their new thing. This
Did
is
you
going to
mute
be
the sound?
I did.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
I took care of it.
Not everything needs to be a battle royale. Damn it.
Chad,
Well-
it's not. It's payday.
No.
Did you see my comment in the private chat?
It's sci-fi,
It's sci-fi
payday.
payday.
Okay.
No.
I felt I hadn't watched the trailer. I saw that this was a thing, and so I just looked up some news about it. The first, what is it, 5 seconds? You want to know about us? I'm like, oh, okay. So we're doing this. We're going with urban black chick voice. Okay, I got it. I understand. I pick up what you're putting down. And then the entire thing is just what is it? People who have too much money and we're going to take it from them because we want it. Like, so you're thieves. You're the bad. You're going to try to present bad guys as good guys again. Okay. So the morality is
we have like that. We know they're the bad guys.
Yeah,
we're okay with
the thing
that.
is, these people don't know this anymore. This is what's wrong with most of the. This is why so many movies are failing now. This is why so many television shows are failing now. They do not realize that they're the bad guys. The Acolyte, they failed because they did not realize that their morality was upside down. Anyway, yeah.
The real question is, how did Rogue One come out of Disney? Because that's a good movie. Anyway.
Yeah,
you can read my
don't
comment in the private chat there, Zio. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah, it's
oh, absolutely
ironic coming from a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
And we're gonna release a game where we're gonna steal from the rich, give to the poor.
No, give to themselves.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Give to themselves, steal from the rich for
it's
ourselves.
not Robin Hood. There's no Robin Hood.
There's no we skipped Robin Hood and we're enriching ourselves now from the rich.
Well, this would be like the Canadian Robin Hood, you know, where they be Robin.
Disagree, by the way.
They're robbing the hood.
It was called Robin Hood, but it was
Oh,
spelled with her name was spelled with the Y.
Okay.
And yeah, they were all poor black folk from the hood, you see, and they were stealing
like
from it basically was. They just didn't know it when they were making
Wizards
it.
of the Hood.
They made an
granted,
accident.
it's a rap album, but I still like it.
So
You've never seen the
game,
Canadian Robin Hood? Oh my gosh!
This game is going to be essentially.
Speaking of Robin Hood, I just read this line and was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!"
Break the rule. Oh my gosh, it's not Robin Hood, okay? Unless you're actually giving the money to
when
somebody
you're giving
else.
to yourself, it ain't Robin Hood. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, Yeah, it's definitely not Payday either, because Payday is you against the cops and stuff. This game, Fair Game, is you against other groups of players.
Yeah, now this is going to be a live service, kind of like a mismatch of Payday and GTA's meets Watch Dogs.
Can we just talk about the fact that everybody construes Robin Hood the wrong way in media? Robin Hood didn't steal from the rich to give to the poor. He stole from the taxes the rich took from the poor to give back to the poor.
Yeah.
He took their money to give it back to them.
Yes.
The rich didn't have that money on their own.
Yes, this is true. Well, okay, in the Disney version, yes. In the original folklore, nah.
Exactly.
But, so this is the studio, Haven.
Welcome to Haven. We create
Havens for endless wonder.
What else have they made?
Okay, so when you load into their website here, this is how it's set up. You have to click and hold to enter the portal.
Now I'm curious.
And now we get more text.
This website takes
Start
forever
reading.
to load.
They
Meg,
value kindness that unlocks creativity.
Let's
We
do it
value
again.
kindness
This
that
is a
unlocks
terrible
creativity.
website.
Oh, I hate everything about it.
And it feels
Whoever designed this
like it
website
is
needs to be
slow
fired.
and kind of janky for me trying to do this for some reason.
Okay, it's
I couldn't even
smooth.
load it just now.
There is I did a screen capture. I just clicked through it, so there is a version of it that's just easy to watch. So you can get through their platitudinous nonsense, but basically you can just see what their overall thoughts and feelings are, what they actually value, you know.
I am a
Whoever
gamer.
designed the website needs to get kicked out.
I am a gamer. I do not care about your feelings or what your values are beyond making me laugh or have a good time with that game.
These games are made by people who fundamentally misunderstand gamers.
I'm pretty sure that this website on its own is just slowing down my rig for some reason.
Oh yeah, it absolutely.
My computer wouldn't even load the website.
It's probably loading up.
Your computer loves you and is trying to protect you from cringe.
I gave it 10 seconds and I exited it. I was like, no.
Click on careers.
Oh.
Are they hiring a new website designer?
There it is, careers at Haven. Can you click on that?
No, it's not clickable. It's the stuff down below here.
All right, let me see.
Programmer.
What, are you looking for a job? I'm just kidding.
Well, okay. So let me just put that in here. Here you go.
We can get all positions.
Well, so the thing is, the thing is, like, it's like with Concord, where you're like, why are these games failing? And I'm thinking, you're not thinking about your audience, and 2, you're not focused on the most important thing. And so on their page, I'm looking at it right now. If you click on the one in chat, it'll say careers. The website does suck though.
Wow, this is terrible.
Yeah,
dude, why does the cursor lag behind my cursor? This is like the worst.
It does.
It went very smoothly for me, but yes, it does lag. It's very annoying. That kind of thing drives me crazy. No, just go. No, scroll back up where it says first. Yeah, first.
Okay.
First, you apply. Have a look at our amazing careers and find one that appeals to you. Then send us a resume. We encourage everyone interested to apply, even if you're missing a few qualifications. Here's the thing. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are fundamental to our values, and we truly believe the best people come from all sorts of backgrounds. This kind of crap is why we have bad games. You don't have to be qualified because they value DEI. That's what they're saying, basically, with those 2 sentences right there. And this is why you get these... It's very frustrating. Because then when you get somebody who is quote unquote diverse on your team, people will think that they're just there as window dressing. You'll assume that the person wasn't qualified because they were looking for this person just to tick a box. It's insulting.
They admitted to it. Let's read that again, shall we?
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
You're okay to miss a few, if you don't have, if you've never programmed in your life, but you really want to get that programmer title, so long as you're DEI compliant.
Yeah. Well,
doesn't matter that you don't have a background in programming or know anything.
Well, yeah, the thing is that it's suspicious because those two sentences are run right together. They say, even if you're missing a few qualifications, followed directly by diversity, equity, and inclusion are fundamental to our values. So this is kind of like, oh, so this is why I am in the where do I apply?
So if you're looking for a programmer, like a gameplay programmer, just click the boxes. We'll make it happen. Senior level artist, it's okay if you're missing a few qualifications there. I mean, granted, we expect you to know how to do art, but you don't. It's okay too. It's in like 15 different languages.
Yeah. But what the creative director has to say about the game itself is pretty interesting. Let's see, what does he says? So here's like his idea for what the game is. I think he's kind of wrong on it, but he says the team and I are super excited to finally unveil the project we've been working on here at Haven. Our first new IP, Fair Games, is a fresh, modern take on the heist genre. In a nutshell, this is a thrilling, competitive heist game where you join an underground movement to rob the ultra-rich and rebalance the scales. This is said like it's a good thing.
That sounds terrible. That sounds like we're going to crash the economy and ruin people's jobs. And you're going to love us because we're bashing the fash. And then I'm just going to look at this and go,
yeah.
Anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Accurate. It
I'm
says
good with the soundboard.
Fair Games will give you an opportunity to break the rules as a modern-day Robin Hood, a thrill seeker, or just someone who wants to collect cool loot. Trespass inside forbidden locations around the world, fill your pockets like a kid in a candy store, and unravel the nefarious plans of untouchable billionaires.
Well, you go to the site and you apply, Chris. Although I don't know if the Jewish part will be a tick against you or for you at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I'll use whatever
Depends
works,
on what
okay?
time
I mean, Native American is definitely a tick in the right box, but they'll probably look at you and say you're not Native American enough.
I got that on both sides of my family, believe it or
not. Who was it? Was it Disney who was talking about how they didn't hire a guy because he wasn't black enough?
Yeah.
No,
then they hit him from the Chinese poster. Oh no, that was John.
That was John Boyega.
Yeah, John Boyega on the Chinese poster. They hit him. They
And
made it
it's
as small as possible.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's so hilarious. So there was this backlash over the week where a bunch of people were trying to say that everybody who was mad about the current state of Star Wars was racist. And they were saying that they were racist and they went after Finn and everything. And a lot of the people were saying, do you understand why people were so angry about Finn? People thought Finn was an interesting character and you guys screwed the character up. I thought Finn was an interesting character. And then in Last Jedi, he was just nerfed utterly. And they were like, oh, look, we're following
they
Rey.
turned Finn into a bumbling idiot.
Oh, yeah, they did a terrible
when
job
he
with
should
Finn.
have been a fucking Jedi.
Yeah, in the first one, I was like, oh, a stormtrooper? What?
I mean,
This
hell,
is interesting.
they gave him a fucking lightsaber for 2 fucking seconds, and I was like, yes. Oh,
And then
wait,
they gave
that's
it
right.
to Rey.
This is all about the chick instead.
And you're like, oh, man.
Yeah,
Finn should have been the main character.
Yeah.
No, the most confusing genealogy in the whole thing was how Rey was a Palpatine somehow.
No, she's a
That was
Skywalker because she
somebody
said
fucked
so.
it up so badly in the second one that they just had to pull something out.
Yeah.
It's like, this is how we can make it relevant again. Maybe salvage it.
Then we're gonna mate the Skywalkers with the Palpatines. That'll make everything better.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, she self-identifies as a Skywalker, and that's all that matters. That's not appropriation.
That is true. You
I
could just
self-identify as
self-identify
rich.
as...
Give me all your money.
I self-identify as rich, but my bank account ain't reflecting it for some reason.
But Disney's relationship with the Star Wars fan base at this point is the Leia and Han line, where the Star Wars fan base is like, "I love you," and Disney's like, "I know."
Well, honestly, so like I said, with that whole what is it, coordinated attack on certain YouTubers, that actually was done by Rewriting Ripley, who kind of seems to have ties to Disney in some way, and that's pretty
Oh,
interesting
that's
too.
that podcast I've seen every once in a while that gets really mad at Jeremy Hambley, right?
Actually, I think they might be getting. Yeah, I think these guys are getting sued.
Rewriting Ripley? Oh, they totally should, because they did a coordinated attack.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
even know. I didn't know who they were until you put them in here. So
I
They've
didn't
tried
either,
really
bro.
hard to get
yeah.
noticed
Apparently,
by mainstream
Master
media.
TDS and some other people might be going after them legally.
I would. If they called me out like that, I'd totally go after them.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, they said something that falls in the line of libel.
Yeah.
So I don't know who they are. I don't care. They can libel me all day. I'm just gonna laugh.
So what they did is they had a coordinated attack where they had a bunch of people go through and try to cancel what is this? Oh gosh, what is his name? D-Day Cobra, Ryan Kennel, Nerdrotic specifically, saying
Is
that they were
Drunk 3PO part of them too?
Drunk 3PO is part of Geeks and Gamers. Oh,
Okay.
Ryan Kennel can tell you about it. But yeah, so I mean there's a whole bunch of them that are friends and kind of have the same sort of mindset in general. You know, they will have absolute knockdown drag out fights, but they kind of have the same ideas in general. And Drunk 3PO he's with them. He's with Geeks and Gamers, which is Jeremy right here, D-Day Cobra. And yeah, but he wasn't specifically called out. I think these top 3 in the upper left hand to the center are the ones that were being attacked this time. And you can go ahead and play, Zio. Sorry, I'll shut up.
all right, let me unmute things.
Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Sorry, was it Wednesday?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. A flood of, and I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tweets. This is clearly pre-planned out and organized and coordinated. Started pushing out with the very same verbiage. Hey, YouTube, you need to do something to demonetize Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kennel. Hate cannot be allowed to profit or something. Like that was pretty much what all of them were. And they had 2 pieces of paper right here. They literally put references in their meme to try to get us demonetized, alleging what's going on and the facts and the actions that we're requiring you to take. And this took a lot of like coordination. But the first fucking paragraph, they start talking about Milo Yiannopoulos in Ghostbusters 2016. And I'm thinking to myself,
wow,
the only people I've ever heard talk about that are those Rewriting Ripley fucks.
Yep.
Right? They tried to cancel us with a very similar campaign, although not as widespread, 3.5 years ago. And turns out at 9:59 Eastern, 1 minute before this flood of action from them came out, they tweeted another video edited together trying to get us demonetized. They were definitely a part of this entire campaign.
So I was trying to figure out what Milo Yiannopoulos had to do with anything because I saw him in the letter.
Pretty much nothing. I mean,
so I guess nothing. It's just something, one of their
nothing.
talking points that they harp back to all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, in 2016, a lot of people were talking about garbage content that was coming out. And so they're talking about Ghostbusters 2016, 8 years ago. And I'm sorry, that video that just went on for a second was that's eye cancer. But but yeah, their whole letter here was basically, let's see, enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels. Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic. So they decided to this whole long, but I was like, I ain't reading all that. I'll read the stuff that's bold, I guess. And so the lore then follows that they wanted it. They had a bunch of their friends tweet this out. I mean, they were talking hundreds and hundreds of people, and then Team YouTube responded and said, yeah, that's not a thing. So
Yeah, for once, YouTube actually did the right thing.
Yeah, they said, let's see, here's a quote. Thanks for reaching out. Just heard back and confirmed that this content is not violative and will remain up. We totally understand. You may not agree with this decision, but we reviewed this video very carefully against our policies. And then they say, this is an admission that you have not reviewed our concerns, proven by saying this video where there are 10 plus videos. And then they go on to say, yes, this on the screen. Additionally, I would like to point out that nobody in Star Wars has expressed select videos to be removed. Simply that a handful of YouTube channels should be demonetized.
Like, great. Love it.
Oh, that's better.
No.
Don't just take down the video that offends you. Demonetize these human beings entirely.
Hold up. They just admitted to violating the YouTube terms of service.
Yes. That's why they need to get sued.
Well, they said they admitted to mass flagging, which is against terms of service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know. We
know.
What there is a quote from this movie called The Corn is Green. Excellent movie with Betty Davis way back in the day. But she said that man is so stupid he wears it like a halo. These people are so stupid. They are wearing it like a halo. They're like, look at this thing that we did. Like, no, that's a bunch of stupid. That's bad.
It's like,
Don't do
hey,
that.
YouTube, pay attention to this mass flagging campaign we have created. We need you to take action now.
Yeah. So
and they're just like, nothing has been, or they haven't done anything wrong.
Dude, Rewriting Ripley, the podcast still only has 2,000 followers. Like, they haven't even done that well.
No. And they've been around for quite a while. And Aiden
Yeah.
Paladin did do a breakdown on them like 3 years ago, which is Ryan Kennel points that out. They were involved in another cancellation attempt 3 years ago. So she did a hour and a half, 2 hour breakdown of this study that they decided that they wanted to put out, saying, talking about how they're talking about how the movies are actually good and people who don't follow it are actually terrible people. Here, I'll put that in the chat too if you want to watch it. I mean, or listen to it while you're. I don't know.
Comment up here is just attacking them. So
I just reposted their tweet and I wrote, requesting a mass flagging is against YouTube terms of service.
Yeah.
So I just did that for my own sake.
Good on ya. Because this is they were really trying to get, and that's the thing. It's one thing to say I disagree with you and I think that your ideas are terrible. That's fine. You could think that. You could be wrong. But trying to go after and say I don't want you to be able to support yourself. I want to destroy everything that you've built. That's a different level right there. And this is something that's so weird. But in Aiden Paladin's video, she actually mentions that towards the end. Actually, it's a very long video.
A podcast on feminism and fandom.
The fandom.
Which is, and the thing is that's canceling, going after your livelihood is something it's a female way to fight.
Wait, what? Look at the May 22nd episode.
Yes, female
name.
presenting nipples.
Yeah.
Oh
Panic in the fandom. They're taking the hobbies.
Hobbits, not hobbies.
From Gamergate. Not immune to propaganda.
This is like feminist frequency, but like the lesser version.
Yeah.
The Star Wars
it wouldn't
version.
shock me if people from
Frequency.
feminist frequency are on the staff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they haven't put out a new podcast since 2021, they're not doing much.
Now, I'm going to say that they just haven't updated their page since 2021. There's no way.
What about their YouTube channel? Check it. Let's see.
I think that.
Wait, was there a thing here to click on it?
Let's see here.
I don't think they.
Why do they want to rewrite Ripley? Why do they want to rewrite
everything?
Ripley so bad?
Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, streaming.
Oh, they don't have a YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah, about to say. I think most of their stuff is just on their website.
No way. Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
When you look them up on YouTube, everything is just calling them out.
Yeah, it's because they're not. I bet they got banned.
Well, here's their podcast. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, they haven't put anything out since. I was gonna say I don't think they've put any actual.
Where are these people at? that?
They just
Are
use
they
their
just
they use
battling
their-
on Twitter X
I
now?
think
Pretty
they're
much.
just chronically online.
Yeah, it seems like I think that they're
Hold on.
somehow
Go
connected
back to that
Disney.
the page you were on. It said eBay NSFW ban. What the heck is that all about?
I'll go to it here in a second. Let me look. Yeah, this is the same thing on Spotify.
Oh,
Okay,
I know what the NSF. I know that's a reference. Okay, so this is when eBay
Not
said, "Okay, we're not
faithful.
letting you sell like pornographic material on our website
Yeah,
anymore." That's what it was.
references YouTube ad boycott.
Anyway, all right. Was there
Oh,
anything
that's
else
The
you guys were
Verge.
planning to cover tonight, Zio?
I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to because it's past my bedtime now. Oh, this is interesting. I have no idea who these people are, but jeez.
They're
Can't
squeaky wheels who they're basically bridge trolls, you know. They don't actually contribute anything, but when they feel like they can get you, they'll come out from underneath their bridge and try and take you down. And that
Yep.
seems to be their MO, what they do. They do not build things. They just complain and then they destroy.
Well, Zio, if you do a podcast and you want to discuss the Dead Rising remake at some point in the future, I'm happy
Add
to
it
hop
to the
on for
salt
that.
mines.
It looks really good, actually. It might not be a salty thing to talk about. It might be.
Oh, that's
actual
fine. We
positive
don't
for
always
you.
talk about salty things.
Yeah,
we just
it's
have to
just
bring
what
it
we
up.
called it.
Yeah, when the what is it? The Legend of Zelda, well, Zelda version of it, what is it, the Path of Wisdom or something like that comes out, I look forward to talking about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are redoing Dead Rising. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, and they've only taken out a few things. Like from what I understand, they removed the
heard
erotica photos. I don't care about that.
They took out a couple of things, and people were kind of upset about it. But
They changed the voice actors. The one that makes me the most angry. But apparently, they're voicing more lines now, so that's supposed to make it better. But I'm personally annoyed that they still haven't gone back to the original voice actor.
It might be a contract issue too, where they're doing other things.
Oh, it probably was because they revoiced him in Dead Rising 4 for that exact reason, or at least that's what I understood to be the reason. And then, so now they're probably just not going back to the original.
I just want to run over a bunch of zombies.
Dead Rising. I have all the achievements on the 360 version of the original Dead Rising. I was committed. I even got 7 days.
The last thing I remember was running over enough zombies to fill up the town.
Yeah,
but I can't remember if I did it or not.
I did that, so that gets you the lightsaber or the Mega Blaster, and then if you do the 5 days survivor,
I had to have done it because I wanted the blaster.
Yeah, because you can dress as a full blown Mega Man in that game because it's Capcom. And then if you do the 5 day survivor, you get the lightsaber, and if you do 7 day survivor, you get what's called Arthur's Boxers. So
I know what that is.
Frank. Yeah.
That's why
I hated that game so much, and yet I couldn't put it down. I was like, I will beat you, Satan.
Pretty much. So yeah, Dead Rising is one of my all-time favorite games. Literally, it's like top 5 for me.
Let's see, what is
all right? Anybody else got anything else to add before we wrap this up?
Subscribe to Zio if you're here for my link. Definitely do that.
Their links, of course, are all down below. So if you want to go check out everybody, it should be down there somewhere.
Support
if you're
Rumble
on Twitter. I don't know what to tell you because I'm not sure where any of that stuff would be because it doesn't ask me to put a description anywhere.
You have to put a pin tweet or the tweet right below the tweet.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if you want to put links, all you do is reply to your original stream and then put links in it.
Shoot, I'm gonna have to remember to do that then.
Yeah, there's no description though.
It's in the description over on Rumble, though. So head on over there, hit the links, do the follows, the likes, all that good stuff. Share this out with your friends because that's the only way we get out and get known and people can come and join us.
Or torture your
tell
enemies
us that
with
we're
us.
bad or not good or something. And then you can go follow Chad because he streams a lot more, and Meg because she streams a lot more.
I don't stream more. I stream consistently, just not more.
Streams more than me.
Definitely go check out these guys because I think the Chrillcast is going to do 4 podcasts to finish out the year with some major announcements at the end.
Oh, very cool.
Yes, definitely go check out the Chrillcast.
So
I
what
was
is
on
it?
there once.
Go ahead.
So-
you can go 3 years or 4 years back and find that.
You can, yeah.
So for the uninitiated, what is the Chrillcast? Is that discussion?
So it used to be basically similar to what Zio's doing now a long time ago. And we had lots of guests. And then we detoured into books for a little while. And then the podcast has gone dark for like the last 9 months.
Oh my goodness.
But we have we're getting close to the 2,000 subscriber mark, and we've been monetized for like 3 years now.
Dang. Well, congrats on that.
But yeah, we've basically only been making money on old videos. So
well, I don't know. I'm pretty.
Oh, yeah,
you guys are making money?
Yeah, we've made somewhere between $500 to $1,000.
Nice.
Somewhere in there. Nothing. I mean, it
Take a
barely
guess.
pays for the LLC status. So anyway.
Yeah, there you go. You can go find it.
Sifu.
Sifu popped in on one of my Rumble videos and left a comment.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
He still talks to me every once in a while.
I hadn't talked to him in a hot minute, but
yeah, competing with YouTube. That was the one we did with you about literally just about alt tech. That was great.
yeah.
And the gaming as a dad, that was a good one.
Yeah, fun times. Go check them out, especially if they're going to start doing things again, because I keep looking and nothing ever pops up.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, more podcasts to come to finish out the year, and then major announcement for the end of the year. We'll see.
Very cool. So what days? What times?
We're gonna do one per month starting this month to finish out the year.
Okay.
And then after that, there's gonna be some major changes.
Okay. Like what day? What time? Like
we
Saturday,
don't have that
Sunday?
yet. We don't know yet. It's gonna be whenever we fit it in. So there'll be one this month, one next month.
Catch
one
us
per
live.
month. Yeah, pretty much.
Follow
They'll be
their Twix
posted.
account.
Yeah, Twix. Yeah, exactly. I don't use that either.
Check them out on MySpace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, check out their MySpace.
No, check it. Try and find us on Napster.
Maybe their Vine account while you're at it.
Yeah. Go subscribe to the other three who are more consistent than we are.
Be there for when they come back. Full force, though.
Yeah, full force for 4 episodes, and then we'll see where it goes after that. All right.
Alrighty, so that was episode 27 of Gaming with the Side Salt. We do this every Friday, almost every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and occasionally on Saturdays when I'm trying to bring somebody else in. But yeah, so go follow the links. We talk about stuff, all that good stuff, news, nerd news, whatever. I don't know. How are we ending this again? Chad, say something.
All right, everybody point to the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pointing to the corner. You just can't see.
With our powers combined.
Oh my goodness. This is Captain Planet.
I'm pretty sure that's we need to
Or a
shout and
platypus.
raise our hand to the sky like fire.
Oh my goodness.
Let our powers combine.
Don't make me break out the old-fashioned Latin here, okay? No.
What?
My personal favorite was Heart, just because it was the stupidest one. It made me.
I never understood that one, but
There's been some great parodies though.
You just need to outro with the Hamtaro outro. That'll be perfect.
Anyway, I gotta take care of the kitty, so.
All right. So I'm gonna roll some pogo to let us all slide on out of here. Actually, hold up. Is somebody else streaming that I can? How do you do the whole raid thing? Does anybody remember how to?
Are you even
raid?
on Twitch?
Because Nathan
You can
is
do it on
streaming.
Rumble.
Nathan's streaming.
Nathan's streaming?
Holy snap!
So go get the URL of the person you want to raid, and then you type in your thing /raids space the URL
space. So we're
Where's
going
he
to do
streaming
this.
on? Rumble?
Yep, on Rumble. I'm going to go ahead and do a raid on Nathan and play out some pogo. So we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.
You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
That's an interesting twist.